Good morning. Hello. There he is. That's my boy. Tip top, tip top, tip top. He's here. I'm here. We are here. Together. Hoi! Hello. Hello, Vita. Hello, Burple. Hi, friends. Hello, StreamElements bot. My dearest friend. My closest comrade. My partner in crime. My enabler. Yeah. I honestly have already forgotten some of the commands that I have for him, I'm sure. I know we have like at least Vosh and Hassan and we have socials, but other than that, I'm not so sure what types of commands we have in there. Doesn't matter though. Hello, how are we doing? I'm doing pretty well. This is Zecke coming at you live from the mildly sunny, mildly cloudy, blue sky California, located entirely within Germany, of course, obviously. It's very tepid today. Is a good temperature today. I'll let you know. Because it's summer. Only because it's summer, you need to get weather updates, because it's very important for you to know whether or not I'm melting right now. Currently, not melting. It's good temperature. Yesterday, 31 degrees. Today, 21. Let's go. Very good. Oh, yeah, 1 second. I'll say hello first. Purple, yes. Sepulmania, hello. Hi, Quartz. Hi, Warren. And hey, Theo as well. Tax the rich. There it is again. More like implode the rich. Is this your greeting now? I love it. Please say this every time. Every time you enter any stream, you must open with that one. It's a very good idea. I think you should do that. I'm completely in favor of you doing that. Halli hallo even. Oh my god, yeah. Yeah, I feel that. Halli hallo I feel in my bones. It's always like, oh my god, German is such a scary language until they hit you with the halli hallo and the tschüssi. Then suddenly we're not so scary anymore. I don't know what happened. From statement A to realization B, I suppose. We'll do great. I'm so happy. Just wanted to say that this is the third stream today I'm watching, and that I've been non-stop watching streams for the past 7 hours. Good? Perhaps. Are you getting up sometimes to, take care of your needs? Have you eaten something? Are you multitasking? If the answer to most of those is yes, then I think I'm in favor of this. If not, little questionable. But, I've watched 7 hours of streams back to back. I'm no stranger to this. Sometimes I stream and then I watch a stream and then I watch another stream, or the one stream is very long. This is all possible. We've all been there. Hello, Will. Welcome. How are you today? I hope you're well. I did not read all of that yet because I always wake up like an hour before stream. So I'm like, oh no, I have to prep for stream, but I'm gonna read it. I have heard that it's good. What I'm talking about is Discord. You should totally check out my Discord if you haven't yet. If you have a Discord and you're interested in that at all. We have cool discussions and mostly memes, but also cool discussions, but also many memes and music recommendations and a lot of stuff. Spidey Man, W. Indeed. 7 hours of stream back to back? Why not, right? I mean, that's like half of a Hassan stream. Bro stream's too long. Bro stream's way too long. I cannot do that. Back to back to back to back to back to back. So we have a lot of stuff to talk about today. Wait, one thing I wanted to tell you, because I thought it was noteworthy, is I was sitting here. My setup is in front of a window, so I'm always, if I look this way, I'm looking out the window. So there's like a building in front of me, a little bit further away, and sky. I saw the most white dove ever fly past my window just before I pressed click live. Now, if this isn't a sign from literal God, I don't know what is. Do I believe in literal God? No. Does that matter? No, not at all. Do I know what that sign is trying to tell me? Also, no, not at all. Peace, I guess? The flood is over? There wasn't any flood, okay? Isn't that the thing, like Noah's Ark, and then, like, they were on the sea, which was the world, because everything was sea, and the doves flew around in the general vicinity, and that meant, hey, I'm not mad at you anymore from God. Is God not mad at me anymore? Was God mad at me? Many questions, okay? And we all dove. Aren't all doves soap white? No, most doves are like gray and stuff. Was the dove so white that it looked like it was shining or not? Oh, totally. The sun was on it. It was shining. They had to see if the dove would return or not. If not, that means they found land. I don't think it'll return. Also, if I stand up and look down, I will see land. The doves brought an olive branch, which means that there is land. Because if there's only water, yeah, meaning the sea levels were sinking. See, you guys remember that shit? I don't remember that shit. That's good. Well, I mean, we'll see if the dove brings me an olive branch. I would be surprised. It didn't even notice that I was there, but, you know, the dove is doing dove things. That's okay. It was pretty majestic. It was pretty majestic, yeah. Olive branch. I haven't read the Bible in 20 years. Yeah, similarly here. We read it in first grade for some reason. Well, I mean, to learn the Bible, I guess. I don't know. We read it in first grade. I wasn't in, like, a Christian school or anything, so we also read... I don't even know what the text would be, but like we read some version of like Norse mythology. I remember that one a bit more than the Bible. We read like the Old Testament stories and Norse mythology. And I think that's it when it comes to religions. But we read both of those and treated both of them like fiction, I think. Even though I know some teachers were like Christian or whatever like that, some sort of religion. But I mean, mostly atheist around here, so... whatever. Maybe God is trying to tell you something. Yeah, but like, could God, I mean, you know, hypothetically, if God wanted to tell me something, couldn't he like just say it? Or like, I have a phone, he can text me, it's fine. I need like direct signals, okay? I can't interpret this shit. That doesn't work. Me, a former Christian who never held a Bible. Let's go. That's a power move. I mean, a lot of Christians, I think, a lot of people who are like, I'm Christian, have not necessarily actually read the Bible. Hi, Roselia as well. Hello. Hello, welcome. How are you today? I hope you're good. It's Tuesday Newsday. That's important. Keep it in mind. Hi, Shang. We're talking about the Bible for reasons, well, because I saw a white dove. That's why we're talking about the Bible. Not the devil from the Bible, but the Bible. It said, when I was a Christian, I read the whole thing. It was a trip. It is a trip, isn't it? The one thing I've never read, like we didn't touch that at all in school, is the New Testament. I only know a little bit the Old Testament, which is funny because I think usually Christians do it the other way around, no? Like they only focus on the New Testament where it's like, Jesus! But we didn't get to Jesus. We were all like Isaac and blood and killing and whatever else happens in the Moses in the Old Testament. So I believe the Bible is a collection of books, right? It's like a collection of stories, kind of. I don't know, the Old Testament at least. The Old Testament is a little bit more cohesive, I think, than the new one. I don't know, I didn't read the new one. I was literally taught in a Catholic school and I never read the Bible, not even once. Dang, weird. But I mean, I guess sometimes Catholic schools are more like Catholic in name. Did you do any religious stuff even? You read the Bible and you were fairly neutral about your religion. Until now. What do I have now? Prince of Egypt will still be my favorite Bible media. That doesn't sound preachy. Prince of Egypt is Bible media? I didn't even know. I've never watched or seen Prince of Egypt. I like that. Oh, long word. Help. Tovarish, I'd see. But Privet Stvuyo? Privetstvuyo? Oh, privet plus something more. Slay. Hello, hi Sal, welcome. The Bible being a collection of stories by various authors makes me think that it's the Asian version of the SCP Foundation. Now this is getting somewhere. But there's not that many creatures in it. The only creature in the Old Testament Bible is mainly God. I mean, I guess some angels, I suppose. And I mean, I guess there was a plague and all that stuff with like the stuff containing in the Moses story. But yeah, I see that for you. Prince of Egypt watch party. That's one that I've like missed out on. I feel like everybody knows that one. But I have a lot of movies that are movies that everybody has seen, but just not me. There's a lot of movies and stuff like that. The Old Testament had wave dashing, and it got patched out until a player named Jesus discovered how to break physics and do it again. What a pro. Oh my god, that's crazy. Yeah, that was like insane when Jesus came in and was like this newcomer. Bro was so young and he knew all the cheats. I think he even managed to turn some fucking water into wine. That was crazy. Yeah, totally insane. You also have never watched Prince of Egypt. I'm glad. I'm not the only one. I'm very glad about that. So today we have a lot on the docket, so we should probably start. We can still chit-chat in between. The docket's pretty long, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's gonna be long to talk about all of that. Although, in this case, I think it does mean exactly that. So let's look at that and observe. I like having a docket because that way I know what I want to do, what I need to get through, and I have a little list. I like little lists, you know? So, we have the recap section is up here. We have the Wagner coup attempt, obviously. I have one Guardian article that goes through all of it. You know, we were just gonna, like, recap what happened there because it was just a Saturday event. It all happened on Saturday and then it was all over. And now what? I don't know if this Guardian article goes into now what, but I would love to know about now what. I don't think anything changed, I guess, because it just stopped. Wagner coup started on Saturday and stopped on Saturday. Finished would be too much because they didn't get that far. Then we have Submersible and Submersible drama. The actual Submersible story is not that interesting, honestly, because it's also very compact. We'll get into it, you know, we recap the thing. But then we have some drama in the Twitter space, especially Bao. I don't know if you've heard of this. The memes were hilarious, though. The memes were good. The memes were good last week. They truly were. So we're gonna get into the reception about that because that's more interesting for me to talk about than what actually happened. Then we have a big segment, which is Thüringen Be Normal Challenge Level Impossible. You know it. You see it. We've talked about it a little bit. Have we? I think I've just shared it on Twitter and or Discord somewhere, that generally Thüringen does not, Bao the VTuber, yes, Bao the VTuber, that Thüringen does not in fact know how to be normal, and I wish we did know how to be normal. Kick Saga continued. I would like to look at all of this because everybody was talking to each other about that a lot last week. I think this was also mainly last week, but it still continues. I'm pretty sure I have some like new clips in here as well, but the Kick Saga continues. I don't know if they've come to a conclusion or not, especially Charlie, as in Moist Critical. I don't know if he made a video about this now or not. But yeah, and Nina graduation. And technically, we wanted to look at more trope videos from Nusagi, but I don't know if I'm able to do that without dying, like, mentally dying. Nina graduation is not really a big subject in the sense that there isn't any drama about it, as far as I know. It just happened, but I want to get some VTuber news in there as well, so that's that. I think the Thüringen segment is going to be the biggest one. Obviously, you see there's a million tweets in there. I'll get to it, but first we're going to recap. We're going to start with our little recap. Did you know there's war in Europe? So that's a cool picture. Thank you for giving me advertisement. Thank you very much. This is The Guardian. Is The Guardian a good news source? I don't know. I'm new to sourcing news sources, but this is a Guardian article about the Wagner uprising, 24 hours that shook Russia and then completely, you know, they peaced out again. They stopped. They are not doing it anymore. Apparently because I think the Lukashenko, like, rumor was true because fucking Prigozhin is now going there, right? Isn't that the conclusion of all of this? I'm pretty sure they're gonna talk about this. So we all know, we were all there. Well, there as in on the internet when it happened. Oh my god. The Wagner chief Prigozhin, this man, wants to do a coup. That's crazy. He's heading for Moscow. That's crazy. This is gonna change everything. He said in a fucking Telegram message somewhere, oh, Russia will have a new president by tomorrow or soon or in general. And then he just stopped. Prigozhin is now in Belarus, so I guess the Lukashenko stuff was absolutely true. I don't know why that is. Well, I mean, people are actually talking about the fact that it may be like some sort of exile for Prigozhin, which is interesting. But also, don't they want to go to Africa? I heard about that too. I hear that the Wagner group now wants to go to Africa and not be in Ukraine anymore. Wild. Pretty wild. So, generally, what Prigozhin was saying is that the defense minister had duped Vladimir Putin into the whole, like, invasion of Ukraine. He said that the decision had nothing to do with denazification or demilitarization, which is a crazy statement to make and then just back out of it. Like, he was basically putting into question the whole entire reason for the military operation in Ukraine, you know? He was putting into question all of that, and then he just fucked off again. Oh, the Africa rumor is wrong. Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, if he's in Belarus, if he's chilling in Belarus now, I guess they're just gonna do that. As crazy as he is, having a coup would have made him surrounded in enemy territory, which is even crazier than he is unless pressed by someone, in your opinion. Yeah, of course. Like, what are you gonna do once you've couped? Well, I mean, I guess you can only have a successful coup if people kind of get on board with your weird ideas. I think at least it would have been difficult to take Moscow, to say the least. I mean, they're all there. Moscow is a very well fortified city. So if you want to go into Moscow and take over the government, that would have been pretty hard to do. He seemed very much like he thought he would be able to do it, but then just didn't. Prigozhin said that he didn't want to do it because he didn't want to spill any Russian blood and all of that, which, you know, I guess that's a pretty good excuse, but interesting. Yeah, he wasn't even near Moscow. He was like 300, 200 something kilometers away, but they made a lot of progress into the direction of Moscow. I don't know if they have a map anywhere in here, but they got like halfway there. Oh yeah. This is the map. Wagner convoys were seen as far north as Yelets before advance was called off Saturday evening. They got like more than halfway of the trip there. They could have totally made it to Moscow in a pretty timely manner, but in the end they did not go there. You have a music producer too with the surname Prigozhin. Only his name is Joseph Prigozhin. And the memes with confusing the two are gorgeous, I can imagine. I just read that Wagner is giving its armored vehicles to the regular army now. It's such a, like, I don't know, it's such a nothing burger at the end of the day, which is kind of confusing for outsiders. Ain't no way. Yes way. Hello, Yoite. We're talking about all of this. Look, there's just people taking selfies in front of fucking tanks and everything. So Wagner Group is Wagner Group basically just, how do you say, not in operation anymore? Did they just give all of their equipment to the regular military and are now just not doing their whole spiel anymore? That's wild. They really prepared for this coup, too. I saw videos of people, I guess the Russian government having roads dug up and preparing Moscow for a possible, like, invasion from their own people, which means they believed it, you know, that it would happen. Defense and infantry fighting vehicles were deployed overnight on Friday as capital braced for conflict. They did prepare themselves for a conflict. They did believe it at some point. They didn't do it. The question is, even if the coup was successful, then what? Yeah, it's same, 100%. I'm also thinking, then what? I'm not like, I don't think the coup should have been successful because Prigozhin seems like a very unstable person as well. Not somebody you want to be in control of Moscow. So, I don't know, not like the regular Russian army was gonna follow him after something like that. Probably not. His whole operation was supplied by the regular Russian army in Ukraine, at least. Yeah, they were just like a little group of mercenaries. Well, little, they were like 21,000 people, which sounds a lot, but the Russian military is, of course, a lot more people than that. So, I wonder if we have, Lukashenko recaps Lukashenko was in there. About the selfies. I have a funny story about Russians and tank selfies. Maybe it's just a man thing. Oh, do all men take selfies with tanks? This is important. Then, yes, they held down the city somewhere here on the way. Rostov, Wagner forces took over the regional military command overnight on Friday, and in Voronezh, fighting was reported and everything. They were there, and then they gave it up again. They probably hoped for more support from the population and other parts of the regular army. Yeah, right? Because that's also how the news sort of reported it. Like, oh, we were able to... That's how they reported it themselves, let's say, rather. They were able to pass without any trouble. They thought everybody would support them, but I guess they didn't. Thank you for joining us from Germany. Why do you know my location? Stop. Okay, I want to hear like the wrap-up that they had. Ukrainian officers have watched the events in Russia with glee. I would assume so. a lot of people are saying that this entire ordeal with the attempted coup, and then even though it got cancelled, did show a lot of Putin's weakness in the country. But like Putin just kind of, well, okay, he condemned the Wagner group. That's something that he did do, which was kind of surprising to some people who suspected that he would hold off on commenting, but he didn't. He commented, he condemned them, and then he just kind of let them go, which, yeah, that is undeniably a little bit of a sign of weakness, because these people, he declared them as terrorists and horrible people, and that they should not be tolerated in any way whatsoever. And once they stopped doing the coup, he was just like, forgive and forget, and get out of here, I guess. Didn't really pursue them any further, which, fair enough, that seems to be the easiest way to deal with that. However, that sure doesn't seem to show a lot of follow-through. Now, is there more general unrest in Russia than before? Don't know that. His past speeches, do you mean Prigozhin there now? Or, yeah, Prigozhin, yes. We're pretty much anti-Russian defense minister, yes, if not anti-Putin. So who knows what he was really after? The one Telegram message that made it through really seemed like he was anti-Putin as well, because of the whole, oh, Russia will have a new president, but I don't know why he decided to post that in Telegram. It does seem like he's just I don't know how to say that dude's name. Shoigu? Shoigu? I forget. Anti-Russian defense minister. Apparently, the Russian defense minister wanted to exert some sort of control over the Wagner group, and it was mainly about not wanting to be controlled by this dude, and rather wanting to be able to act independently for Prigozhin. Which, I guess that's a reason to start a coup, if you really don't want to cooperate with this man. There was no sign on Sunday of Prigozhin. It wasn't immediately clear if he is in Belarus or somewhere else. I mean, of course, why would we, as like outsiders, know where Prigozhin is exactly? It seems unlikely that he and Putin can coexist for long. Even if Prigozhin agrees to stay in Minsk, the Wagner chief has become a rival and pretender and a possible post-Putin president. I don't think that will happen. I don't think he's gonna become president anytime soon. I don't think he has this, like, without a coup, I don't think he would have the support of just becoming president somehow, probably. He was not against Putin, he was against Shoigu. How do you say Shoigu? How's that? Can you give me that in Cyrillic? And Gerasimov. He treated Putin normally. Yeah, generally, I think they were pretty good buddies and pals, right? But, that one message was a bit weird. His coup attempt may be over for now, but Russia is entering a new and unpredictable phase. It's all very unpredictable. It's all very, what the fuck is going to be happening next? At least Shoigu. It is Shoigu. Shoigu. Okay. Good. Yes, I have joined from Germany. No, I'm not going to pledge money to you. Thank you very much. It's very much up to speculation. At least for me, I have no idea what's going to be happening next. There's general instability, but it feels like this war is just gonna drag out for absolutely forever, because neither side is backing down, obviously, and neither side is making advancements that are great enough to stop the war. Like, it's not like Ukraine is gonna take Russia either. I don't think they want to do that to begin with. I don't think that's the goal. And second of all, that's absolutely impossible. That's not going to be happening. So how the fuck do we bring an end to this war? I don't know. Putin would have to just say, okay, we're gonna back out of Ukraine, but that's not gonna happen either. So, well, no idea. 16 years ago with my friend leaving the military enlistment office, very happy, because we both kind of little blind and just got free out of the military service instantly, my friend. Look, tank, let's take a selfie. Bro, we just be so happy we never got to serve in the military, and then you go, look, tank selfie. That's very funny. It's like, hell yeah, we don't have to be enlisted because our eyesight is too bad, which, by the way, same. I would be very happy not to be enlisted. Currently, that's woman privilege. You don't get enlisted if you're a girl, at the moment at least not forcefully. You can enlist if you want to, but like you're not like forcefully conscripted into the military or anything if you're female. Shoigu. Will be easier though. I don't think so. Shoigu. I see. But then you're like, okay, hell yeah, let's take a selfie with this tank. That is kind of funny. It's probably easier to conquer Moscow than to liberate the rest of Ukraine. I mean, Moscow's not that far away, but I really don't think that they would be able to do that. I don't think that is what people want generally either. I guess the best thing that could happen would be if internally people didn't like Putin anymore to such an extent that, through whatever means, he isn't president anymore, and somebody else who is actually a little bit more reasonable than Putin comes to power. I feel like that could be one way, because with Putin in power, I don't think he's ever gonna stop his attempt of taking Ukraine. Do I know this for sure? No, of course not. I don't know Putin personally, I don't know. But he sure doesn't seem like somebody who's gonna be backing down from the whole Ukraine thing. So the only way forward seems if somebody were to replace Putin somehow, then that new person, given if that new person is a more reasonable person in that regard, that person could stop the attempted takeover of Ukraine, perhaps. Up to 40% of security forces did not comply with the order for an urgent appearance at their places of service. The police stood in heaps on the sides of the road and did nothing. That does, if those reports are correct, that does sound like there's general unrest over there in Russia, doesn't it? Even if Putin steps down, there's still a chance that someone even more hawkish comes to power. That's the problem, isn't it? That is the problem. Like, Putin is not the worst person ever. There's always people who are even worse than people that are currently in power. So it's like, well, what are we gonna do? Most funny thing the Russian government did is, okay, we have convoys in Voronezh. Let's make a day off in Moscow. Yeah, truly. It's like, okay, we're gonna now just focus on Moscow. I don't understand. Well, we'll keep an eye on it, okay? We'll keep an eye on it. I will give you updates every now and then. Again, am I specifically very good at talking about war stuff? No, not at all. But I want to talk about it. And the more we talk about it, the more I understand how this shit works. Thank you. That was our Wagner coup attempt wrap-up recap. Wrap-up recap. No more coup. Coup over. What will happen next? We don't know. General unrest is growing, potentially. I mean, it would make sense. If you're a citizen of a country like Russia, and all of your efforts, the country's efforts, are going into a war that you as a citizen don't really care about. Of course, there are a lot of citizens who do care about it, but I would say that at least 50% probably don't care about it, right? Or are vehemently opposed to it, but that would be an even smaller group, probably. Like 50%, I would say, is probably not that interested in the war effort and everything. That's just a guess. You're gonna be pretty unhappy with the government if they just focus on this one thing that you don't personally care about, and probably neglect some of like the homeland issues, like the issues inside of the homeland. I would say so. I'm gaining knowledge, yes, about war stuff. A Russian dweller here. Hello. It all was really. What? Oh God, I'm so bad at reading. It's not your fault. It all was only a really nice source of short-lived memes. Truly, that's the general consensus I've heard from the Russian viewers. It's like, yeah, we got a lot of memes out of it, but nothing happened with the coup, and people weren't really afraid or anything either. Even though, Moscow did fortify itself a little bit. Maybe you're not in Moscow. That's also fair. If I was in Moscow, I would have been a bit worried. If I was in Moscow, I would be worried generally. But I guess after more than a year of this, you can't really continuously be worried about it, I suppose. Prigogine is clearly not loyal to the West, and the West. Yeah, that's kind of weird. That's also a reaction that I saw where I was like, you do know that this is not, like, great. Because on Twitter, I saw some people really, really, really rooting for Prigozhin. I'm assuming most of them were just hoping, okay, if there's enough unrest, something good will come out of it, and not necessarily, yes, we love this Prigozhin guy a lot. I'm assuming most of them didn't think that, but, some people just root for whoever isn't Putin. But, like, Prigozhin is not a better bet than somebody, than Putin himself. Hello, Lord Peace. How are you? How are you doing? I hope you're well. We recapped the Wagner coup attempt. Now the Submersible. Something completely different corner of the world, different level of importance. there was a submersible once. See, there it is. It was made by a company called OceanGate. It was called the Titan, which is funny because the Titans were banished into the sea by who? The main father of the gods, right? Odin? Did Odin do this? I'm not sure. Maybe it was Odin. Maybe it was Kronos. Was it Kronos? I think it might have been Kronos. Either way, they're in the ocean. The Titan submersible is believed to have imploded. It did. Experts think that the material used to construct the vessel could have cracked under deep sea pressure. Somehow, they Zeus. Oh shit! They do that in. I think they banish Titans into the sea in different mythology too. Maybe that happens multiple times. I thought they did that in Norse mythology as well, but maybe not. Maybe it's just Greek mythology. Yeah, well, they went into the sea in order to look at the Titanic. There was so many memes about this. Like the Titanic still claiming lives after so many years. All of that. Tax the rich? More like implode the rich. There it is. How ironic, though, the day before, go to hell, Prigozhin, the day of the coup, go, Prigozhin! It's funny. Could it have cracked? Most likely it did, yeah. The guy who had built it even said he bypassed safety precautions. Exactly. The dude, I think he was in it, wasn't he? I don't know who, the pilot of this fucking submersible, wasn't that the guy who built it? The guy who showed off his fucking, the controller, the Logitech gaming controller. Wait, oh, I forgot to do a thing. Now I did a thing, okay. OceanGate. Remember OceanGate? Am I recapping this because I just now pressed record and I forgot to press record earlier? Perhaps. You don't know that. You cannot possibly know that. So, the implosion of the Titan sub. Again, funny name. It imploded because the material it was made out of was not meant for these depths. The person who built the fucking ship skipped safety regulations. Why would anybody go onto this submersible? Literally, especially if it cost a lot of money to ride this fucking submersible, to be one of the 5 people in this submersible. It cost like $250,000 to ride this thing, and it didn't pass any safety checks. This would never happen in Germany. Not in a million years. A fucking submersible like that would have to be checked by a lot of safety regulators. The TÜV would have to look at it before it gets to go into the ocean. I'm pretty sure, right? They wouldn't allow that. So, Jesus Christ. You could say the Titan went under. Indeed. That maybe I'm too toxic, but it's not like a smart idea. It is not a smart idea. It is certainly not. So people, I don't know, the government, who searched for them? The Coast Guard searched for them, I guess. 4-day-long search of the missing Titan submersible has come to a tragic end because they found the debris. It was scattered, with all of the 5 people on board of the vessel believed to be dead. I like how they say believed to be dead. It's pretty clear they're certainly dead. There's no other outcome of this. But of course, if you don't find any like bodies, then I guess you have to write believed to be dead. The US Coast Guard said on Thursday this was an ongoing thing ever since it started. People made memes about it. Skipping safety checks because you wouldn't pass is a big brain move. It's the biggest of brain moves. They literally missed it. The way this kind of explosion works, I've seen it explained before, is as though it's an implosion, right? So like, you think explosion, it goes outwards. So now the same forces that usually propel outwards are propelled inwards where the people are. So obviously they literally get turned into mist. There's nothing left of these people. You cannot find bodies. At best, you can maybe find like a wedding ring or something, I've heard. The Coast Guard earlier announced that rescuers had uncovered the debris field. I wonder if we're gonna get images of that within the search area. So this quite clearly tells us, yep, that's not gonna happen. They're not alive anymore. A remote-controlled underwater search vehicle found pieces of debris on the ocean floor that belonged to the Titan submersible, approximately 488 meters away from the bow of the sunken Titanic on the ocean floor. So they didn't get super duper close in the end, and we don't. Well, I mean, it's to be assumed that they got there intact and then exploded. They didn't get very close. I cannot imagine the horror these people have been through in the final moments after having been duped by a guy trying to get rich quick. I mean, I wonder how long it took. That's one thing, because they imploded, which is the best way to go in this situation. Running out of oxygen at the bottom of the ocean would have been much worse, or at the top, anywhere. Like, if they were at the top of the ocean or the bottom of the ocean, doesn't really matter. Running out of oxygen would have been much worse. I wonder how long it took. Like, did it happen pretty immediately? By the, like, how it was constructed, this thing, I'm pretty sure it happened pretty quickly, right? Like, and the implosion itself takes, like, 30 milliseconds or something like that, right? Like, that goes so quick you wouldn't even notice it. So, I don't know if they... The question that I have in my mind is, did they notice anything was wrong even before it imploded? Not necessarily, right? Will it have made a lot of noises before, or will it just go... I don't know. Titan got a little hiccup. I doubt it reached heaven, and I would not give it a cup given lack of safety message. So Titan hiccup, H cup, Titanic. Certainly, I could definitely follow all of those. The debris found indicates a catastrophic implosion of the vessel, obviously. USCG Rear Admiral John Mauger said at a press conference on Thursday in the US city of Boston. Well, how it imploded is pretty clear, huh? Who knows if it did completely implode in an instant? Let's hope it did. Probably, right? Probably. I would assume so. They had sensors, though, on the hull monitoring cracks. I guess that would have, like, shown up earlier, I suppose. There's no definitive proof of what happened, but experts assume the implosion happened on Sunday, the first day of the dive. The Titan was made of carbon fiber and titanium, hence the name, I suppose. Materials thought to withstand pressure at depths up to 6,000 meters. The craft's hull was designed to protect the crew from the water pressure. The water pressure, 3,800 meters down at the site of the Titanic wreck, is roughly 400 atmospheres. Okay, about the same as having 35 elephants on your shoulders. I cannot imagine that, but thank you for giving me this mental image. The fact that you can't open a hatch from inside is gonna be one of the dumbest design flaws. Well, yes, because if they were able to get all the way to the top, you know, like, technically that could have been a thing that could have happened. They could have, you know, encountered technical difficulties at the bottom of the ocean floor and then been able to get back up somehow, but generally a submersible like that wouldn't have been able to get up on their own, so therefore I think they didn't put in a mechanism through which the passengers could have opened anything, because if you're at the bottom of the ocean floor, you couldn't have opened a hatch anyway. Like, that would have been impossible because of, like, the pressure that they have to experience down there. And if the submersible itself cannot go up to the top of the ocean by itself anymore, then there's no reason to implement such a feature, I suppose. Hi, MP, welcome. How you doing? I hope you're good. That was also a goldmine for memes. This is very true. With a shelf life. Very much shelf life. That is true. Very short. Yeah, everybody was reminded of Iron Lung by this. But in Iron Lung, you're a conscripted prisoner who's forced into the situation. And here it's like 4 people volunteering into doing this thing. God. Any deep divers know how unforgiving the abyssal plane is. The abyssal plane? Bro, is this Dungeons and Dragons? Calm down. Going undersea is as, if not more challenging than going into space from an engineering perspective. And this one guy just built it. Imagine floating on the sea for 4 days and the damn thing won't open, though. Yeah, like, if there was any chance of them actually opening, not opening, but if there was any chance of them actually reaching, like, sea level and, like, floating up there in the waves, then they should have built an opening hatch, probably. Although, then again, like, what are you gonna do when you're out of there? Then you're on a little submarine out in the middle of the ocean. You probably can't swim to land. That'll be too far. You will still have to wait for somebody to rescue you. But, true, oxygen. You can breathe. That's much better than suffocating up there. You're right. Aren't all rich people criminals? Because they don't pay their taxes? I mean, they're criminals because of the exploitation of the people underneath them. I think more so than not. But not paying their taxes is bad too, especially if you're that rich. If you're that rich, you should wicked pay your taxes. You should pay more than the taxes that you're allotted, because the government already makes it so that you have to pay less taxes. You know, you might as well at least pay those, if not more than that. But the exploitation of the workers underneath them should be considered a crime as well. But they weren't conscripted to go in there. They weren't forced to go in there, as opposed to the Iron Lung thing. Anyway. Yes, this is where it happened. Wait, this is where it happened. Apparently, up level of New York-ish, near Canada. The wreck of the Titanic is right there. You know, if you ever want to go, that's where you need to swim. Wash. Wash. The wash command is very powerful. Thank you for invoking his name. Experts have questioned the use of titanium and carbon fiber for deep diving, as they have different properties. So I've heard. Swim. Yeah. Just, you know, if you just want to swim there. Progressive tax system. That would be pretty good, wouldn't it? Titanium is elastic and can adapt to ranges of stresses and pressures without permanent strain on the material. Carbon fiber, on the other hand, is stiffer and non-elastic, often prone to cracking. Who let this man build a fucking submarine? Holy shit. So, yeah, they built it bad. Fusel said, within less than 1 second, the vessel being pushed down on by a weight of 3,800 meters column of water would have immediately crumpled from all sides. Well, that sounds like a pretty quick death, I suppose. My amount of sympathy goes in this order: from highest, the boy who was convinced by his family to do it same, for his dad, the researcher, singular, who accompanied them, the dad, and lastly, the billionaire who built it. Yeah, basically, like, honestly, the 19-year-old, that's the biggest, like, fuck moment, you know, where you have to think, okay, that sucks, that blows ass. He came instead of his mother. I'm pretty sure his mother offered up her spot on the sub to him and was like, okay, you can do it. It's like, that sucks. But also, like, okay, you're 19 years old, you can make your own decisions. This is a pretty bad decision, but still, of course, if your dad is going, you're gonna go with your dad and that sort of stuff. So that sucks for him. sucks for him. That's true. But, like, in general, I don't have a lot of sympathy with the people who are in the sub, which we're gonna get to. We're gonna get to how much sympathy you're supposed to have to people in the submarine. Well, submersible, actually. Yeah, this article says the implosion would have killed everyone within less than 20 milliseconds, a speed faster than the brain can even process the information, which, you know, that's probably good. They didn't have to think about it too much. They may have heard the cracks before, so that would have been a bit scary. Okay, who are you? Why are we seeing Victor's tweet? Who's this Victor? Let me find out. Yeah, together with billionaire Hamish Harding. This guy I care about the least. Passenger on the Titan, believed to be deceased. Vescovo, that's this guy, also set a world record for the longest time spent in the deepest part of the ocean on a single dive, when they spent 4 hours and 15 minutes traversing the Mariana Trench. But, like, successfully, I'm assuming, because he just tweeted something. This has been a difficult week for the submersible community. Sorry, that's a funny line. I don't know why. Maybe that's just a funny line in my brain. Deep ocean diving is very safe when industry standard certifications and procedures are followed. I believe you. I clicked on this tweet on accident. That's okay. We can go over here. We can be here. That's fine. I will miss my good friends PH Nargiolet, who I worked with closely, and Hamish Harding, my friend in Sea and Space. Okay, they hung out before. I mean, I guess you gotta be rich in order to be in the business of having submersibles and diving into the ocean. You have an egg in your hand. You are in space. Oh, did they go to space together too? I don't know the personal life of Hamish Harding. But isn't Hamish Harding ever a billionaire name? Like, if you picture a British billionaire, wouldn't the name Hamish Harding come to mind? I feel like it totally would. Okay. On board the Titan was also the former French Navy captain, Paul-Henri. Oh, that's him. That's a French name. Okay. Paul-Henri is fine. I don't need the rest. Who has often dived to the Titanic wreck? Well, maybe he should have sat this one out then. A few years ago, in an interview with the Irish Examiner newspaper, he said, "In deep water, you're dead before you can even realize what's happening." Well, I guess he knew. I guess he was prepared. The 77-year-old, had been head of research programs at RMS Titan Phoenix International, which owns the salvage rights to the wreck since 2007. I see. You're against a progressive tax system. It can be flat, but you need to actually collect taxes and fight tax evasion at a high-end scale, not low-end. Yeah, for sure. I agree with that. Like, I think they pay a lot more attention to the low end scale of the taxes and not the high end scale when it comes to like, did you actually pay your taxes? Because what's the worst they can do? Put like a fee, give them a fine. They don't care. They're just either not gonna pay it, or the money that they have to pay doesn't really matter to them to begin with, you know? You know what's sadder relatively? There were, yep, exactly. That's what I was thinking about. I talked about this boat before the whole submarine stuff was talked about too. There was this boat of immigrants in near Greece that sank like around the same time, and the whole world, at least mainstream news, freaking concentrated on the sub news. Very true. It happened a little bit before the submarine news because I talked about the ship and the reaction to the ship sinking. Actually, I talked about it last Tuesday. So that was a little bit before the sub, but generally, the fucking amount of money, they didn't talk about this in this article, but they spend more than $1 million. I think they spent millions trying to get these 5 people out of the ocean because there was important, in quotation marks, important people on this submersible, while the Coast Guard of Greece and all those people just ignored the fucking refugees that were drowning right on their cameras because they had like surveillance on this fucking boat from the sky somewhere. They could see what was happening there and they just ignored it. Meanwhile, these people, the government or whoever, who exactly spends this much money on trying to save 5 people? I don't know. I'm assuming, was that government money? Was that government funds? Coast Guard, right? Coast Guard is probably funded by the government, I would assume. I don't know. Well, they spend millions of dollars trying to get these people out of the fucking death trap that they wanted to go into, that they decided, oh, this would be a fun little trip to go on for fun with my millions of dollars that I pay for it. You know, okay, it didn't cost millions of dollars to go on to it, but it cost a $250,000. That's more than enough. Yeah, Coast Guard is government funded. Yeah, I would assume, right? It's fucking outrageous. Not surprising, but still fucking outrageous, isn't it? So that happened. This whole submersible drama happened. Incident, event, and people reacted to it, mostly via memes. I saw a lot of memes. Bao also made some memes. Bao is a VTuber. Let me show you Bao. Bao is a whale VTuber, so it makes a lot of sense that Bao, as a aquatic-themed VTuber, would be making jokes about it, I think. Outrageous. It is outrageous. It is. Those guys should take a responsibility for their own actions. Wait, am I talking about immigrants or the billionaires? Wink, wink. Yeah, the immigrants don't really have a choice. That's the big difference, isn't it? Coast Guard is part of the military. Oh, okay, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. So, Bao, right? VTuber, did a stream. I'm assuming. Yeah, this is a stream. I didn't see the stream live. There's a chat. Are you lost? We're done for. It's so dark. I don't quite know. Was she like playing a video and pretending to be steering the submarine? I think so. Something like that. Hello, I'm under the water. Indeed. Thanks chat for the Logitech controller. Looks like our first test dive was a success. Could you open the door now? So that was the tweet. And she did a stream basically making fun of the whole situation. You know, going into the memes. Makes sense. I don't really see a problem with it, but people did. People did see a problem with it. You don't even have to scroll very far. I mean, okay, of course you don't have to scroll very far because the people with the blue check marks are at the very top, but even this person is not a blue check mark person, and they get so many likes too. And people are literally outraged at this, and I don't understand. I don't understand. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, we want to zoom in a little bit so you can read the tweets better. I don't see the problem with this at all. It's funny, okay? Okay, it's funny. You can laugh. Like, people are here like, I'm honestly very disappointed. And I think they mean it seriously. I cannot understand how people can be so upset about people making jokes about this situation at all. This person, too, writes a whole paragraph about it. Was this a stream bit where you roleplayed being in the submarine? It's a submersible. I'm sorry, I'm being too mean. I get dark humor, but this is disheartening. It's likely these people are going to die. They are dead. They already died at this point. It just comes off as heartless and a little out of touch. Out of touch! These are billionaires, okay? These are most of the people in this submersible are billionaires who paid to go see the shipwreck of the Titanic for funsies. who's out of touch in this equation? Come on. You also think some jokes go too far? I personally don't think so. Well, I mean, maybe some jokes. Perhaps I didn't see all of the jokes on it, but I cannot muster up any sympathy towards that. Especially, like, they're not gonna see that. I don't think that the families of the victims or the passengers in the submersible are gonna be seeing these random VTubers making joke streams about it either. But people are generally very outraged about the reaction to this, and I don't see a problem with it personally. Maybe I'm wrong in this. I don't know. But I think it's funny. It's funny. If you can't laugh at this, you can't laugh at death. So you already lost to death, which is a skill issue. I mean, they're dead either way. That's true. It's not like you went and killed them, which, you know. I just came back after eating. What is this we're talking about? We're talking about the reaction to the... Good that you ate, by the way. We're talking about the reaction of people making jokes about the submersible. So 5 or 6 people are dead, and that's funny. Ha ha ha. A little bit. Look, everybody's very, very hurt by this, apparently. This person is talking about something else. I already saw that. I'm very disappointed. Someone who has suffered a very traumatic from someone who suffered a very traumatic event. This was too soon. Given time, the dark humor happened, but again, too soon. People grieve. No, it's fine. What's Submersible? Did you not hear about this one? Did you not hear about OceanGate? No way. You must have heard about OceanGate. You cannot tell me you haven't heard about OceanGate. OceanGate happened, and people made jokes about it. There's also some people who are in favor of this, but there's also some people who are not in favor of this at all, and I do not see the problem with it all, personally. Titanic 3, Rich People 0, Bow 1? Yeah. Yikes. Unsurprised but disappointed nonetheless. Jesus. What do you mean? If my end had turned out to be even remotely close in publicity to this, I wouldn't be more honored than to be the butt of thousands of jokes. It's not even what Bao is doing is not even making jokes about the people specifically, but about the general situation. I don't know if Bao knows the names of every specific person who was in the submarine. It's not like she's making specific jabs at the individuals about, I don't know, their faces or whatever. She's making jokes about the general situation, which is, the general situation is 100% avoidable of the people who were in it. That's that situation, you didn't have to be in it. Of course, you're also a human being and all that. That is a thing, that's true. I mean, duh. But I think making fun of the situation is absolutely fine, in my opinion. I think the only time I heard about the submersible-related thing happening in some memes about billionaires going kablooey. Yes, indeed. Hello, yes, jokes were made. Not tasteful ones, but on the other hand, makes sense that people do not care about a bunch of rich people, right? Also, hi. Hi, John. Hello. Yeah, I think so too. I think it makes a lot of sense. Were they would I say that this is like a tasteful joke? I guess not necessarily, but I don't think, like I said, I don't see a problem with joking about it. We also have a Vosh tweet here, because I feel like I wanted to look at this more closely, but I didn't see when he talked about it on stream, so I don't know his full opinion on jokes about the submersible. I'm sure he's fine with jokes about the submersible. I would be surprised if he wasn't. Would you say celebrating their death is also acceptable? That's a good question. Maybe not all of their deaths, but like this Hamish man specifically? Probably. Probably. Dark humor is the most delicious humor. This really depends on who says it, but sometimes that can be true. Some people who say, "Oh, I love my dark humor," are just not very funny and just like to say fucking insensitive shit. But that's a different situation. I think dark humor, what's important with dark humor is that what's important with all humor is that you're punching up. And Bao, for example, who is a VTuber, who's a pretty successful VTuber, but like not a millionaire, I would assume, is definitely punching up when she talks about a whole bunch of millionaires in a tiny little submersible. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm just sad about the 19-year-old. No, I get that. Yeah, that part does suck, 100%. I do think it's fine to make jokes about it, but I also get why some servers are not happy to have them on. Yeah, people still died. I understand if it's like a thing where you don't want to talk about death in your server or in your community or something. If you're like somebody who avoids generally charged topics in general, then that's up to you 100%. But in general, I think you can definitely talk about it. Hi, can't stay long since I gotta go shopping for a dear old elderly man, but I still want to check in. Hi. Have a good shopping trip. We are joking about, we're not joking. We are analyzing the jokes about the millionaires and billionaires who died in the submarine situation. Purple? No. Inappropriate. So Vosh tweeted this, which I was like, not 100% sure about if I agree with this one. I wish Twitter leftists would stop pretending celebrating the deaths of the submarine people is somehow praxis and just admit it's vindictive spite. That's totally fine, to be honest about it. Lamau. I'm just like him for real. If I don't end my sentence with Lamau, am I even really ending my sentence? I would never put a period at the end of my tweet. It's always either lol or Lamau or nothing. No, either way, I agree with it's definitely not praxis. You didn't go and drown the billionaires, so you didn't do shit. You were just at home. You're just talking. That's not praxis, obviously. But I don't know if I would call it vindictive spite either, necessarily. I feel like vindictive spite isn't the word that I would have used. But what is interesting is what tweet are you replying to? It's deleted, but somebody got it. I'm trying to find it. Yeah, what's the OG's tweet? This one is the tweet that has the tweet. Because this is the tweet he's replying to. Somebody tweeted, who is now no longer on Twitter, I guess. Y'all, eat the rich. The ocean eats the rich, and the people celebrate. Y'all, no, not like that. I find this tweet is pretty real, though. I think this tweet is pretty real. I don't know. I wouldn't have replied in the way that Vosh did to this tweet, because I don't think this is supposed to be praxis or anything. I don't think this tweet is claiming that it's praxis. I think this tweet is responding to people who literally are flip-flopping on their stance when it comes to, eat the rich. Because a lot of people say, oh, eat the rich. Yeah, for sure. Eat the rich. But then when something bad happens, anything bad, not just this situation, anything bad happens to rich people, those same people will turn around and be like, no, stop, not this. And that is a little bit hypocritical. I feel like they didn't really think about the whole eating the rich statement too much. Gonna sound a bit dark too, but Transformers meme community made the Ocean Gate sub into a Decepticon. Take a wild guess as to what its name is. Wouldn't it be Titan? Would they just keep the name or would they change it? Titan something. The thing is, people act like it's a victory for the left. Like, no, nothing is going to change. Yeah, it's not. It's not a. Yeah, it isn't. It really isn't. The money is going to be passed down to other people who are in the influence. Oh, it was the imploder. Oh my god, of course it was the imploder. The money is just going to be passed down to whoever is next in line. It's not going to change anything. No, I agree with that. It's not really a victory for the left in the grand scheme of things. I agree. Wait, people are joking about eating the rich? Apparently, I guess people don't know that that's like actually a goal. I don't know. I guess people just say that without thinking about following through on it. I mean, I wouldn't literally eat rich people because they taste icky, but there's a bit of seriousness behind that. I'm generally not for celebrating people's deaths. Joking about it, sure. Celebrating it now. Of course, exceptions for absolute monsters like Stalin, for instance, are exceptions. There are exceptions for sure. I'm not generally somebody who celebrates people's death all of the time. But if a really horrible person dies, I'm not gonna be I'm not gonna be sad about it. I was just gonna say, yeah, I might celebrate a little bit, but then again, have I ever made a tweet or any public statement yet about somebody dying and me being like, hell yeah? Not yet, but I silently think to myself, hell yeah. I'm afraid to become a rich furry artist now. Don't worry, Eat the Rich is very much about the 1%. I don't think you're gonna get there. You don't usually get there without some serious backing. if I were to submit to cannibalism, it should be a rich person. But I do want the plastic removed. You gotta clear out the plastic first. I think what makes the situation worse is how much the news coverage they got compared to the refugees, which is, in my opinion, much worse. And the amount of money that was spent in order to try and rescue these 5 fools, while at the same time, people just watched the refugee boat tip over and all of those people drown. You know, not everybody drowned, but a lot of them drowned, and it was very, very, very preventable. This one was also very preventable, but by the people who were deciding to get on it. They could have just said, nah, I'm not gonna go into this obvious death trap, while the refugees were like, I have to go onto this boat because otherwise I'll die over there, I'll have to shoot my shot. And then when people were in the position to help them and let them dock when their fucking motors gave out, right? That there was like a situation like that. They couldn't propel themselves forward anywhere. They were meant to go to Italy, but they had to stop at Greece. The Greek Coast Guard could have just, you know, pulled them to safety. They saw them, but instead they wanted to push them away with the fucking waves in order to make them drift to Italy. They knew that they were gonna die. Obviously, if their fucking motors or whatever the fuck propels a ship forwards are not working anymore, what do you think is gonna happen if you push them back onto open waters? They're not gonna miraculously end up at their destination of choice. They're obviously going to die. That is the big difference here. And I think that really justifies the kind of reaction about this as well, generally. Because, like, yeah, you're gonna be mad. You're gonna be mad about the injustice that's happening there. And then you're gonna find some, like, glee, I guess, in that the millionaires did not get rescued. I thought about this too. Like, I would be a little upset if they rescued these millionaires from this little submersible. Meanwhile, on the other side of the globe, all of those people had to drown. I would have been a little bit upset about the injustice that I see right in front of me. Obviously, I think that makes sense. If it's Greece, of course, they don't want to work too late. I mean, duh, obviously. No, it always happens near Greece. It does always happen near Greece. Like I said when I talked about it too. I've been alive for a while, and I've heard about this happening a million times. It always gets reported on the news. Oh, Greece, and another refugee boat wasn't allowed to dock near Greece. Oh, Greece lets refugees drown. They do that all the time, which doesn't make it better. It makes it even worse, actually. So this was the original tweet. I've also seen on TikTok, I saw somebody replying to some video where somebody was talking about the submersible in detail. And they were like, you have to remember, these are still people. Meanwhile, that person had "eat the rich" in their bio as a little thing. It's just pretty hypocritical. I feel like if you both advocate, oh, eat the rich, and then go, like, reprimand every single person who makes jokes about the submersible and reprimands them for not having enough sympathy with the rich. It's just weird. Greece or Italy? Yeah, Italy does it too, true. I wonder if the boat would have reached Italy where they were supposed to go, if they would have been allowed in. Either way, it's just sad. It's a sad situation. Yeah, that's that. But I don't think that Vosh, by the way, I just pulled up this tweet because I found it interesting when I first saw it. But I don't think that he's against making jokes about the submersible. That would be very out of character. I don't think that is the case at all. He also says, there's absolutely no relationship between this incident and the advancement of socialism. True. You're just having a ghoulish laugh, which is fine. Please stop laughing. Yeah, it's not like, oh my god, five down, so and so many to go. That's not like, this is not happening. They're not gonna all go into submersibles unless you didn't put them in the submersible. It's not praxis. We're just having a laugh, and that is fine. So I guess I do generally agree with the tweet. I just didn't really think it needed to be in reply to this specific tweet, because I don't think that this tweet is saying that this is a W for socialism in general. It's more so calling out the internal hypocrisies of the left who advocate for action like this, and even at like an incremental tiny little thing such as this one, which isn't even done to forward the movement or anything like that, already at this point people are backing out of their ideology, which isn't like a great sign for the whole revolution or anything like that. Well, I think a lot of Eat the Rich peeps do not actually want to eat people, but are about redistribution of wealth of the 1%. So makes sense they might not be okay with death. Well, then they should write tax the rich, which is fine. That's also a good stance to have. I'm in favor of doing that, unless we can do the other thing. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's all that I had to say about this thing. I think that's my take. There it is. Not very subversive or anything. I think it's okay to joke about it. I think Vars thinks so too. There you go. Good. Was that all that I had prepared for this one? There was very many funny memes, but also it was a bit much. All of my For You page was full of this shit, and I got tired of it after a little while. Thank God it didn't take too long. They had a very hard deadline on the memes for this one. Haha, deadline, get it? Anyway, the next one is too personal, though. The next point of our docket is a little bit too personal. Thüringen, be normal challenge, level impossible. I think I talked to you a little bit about this before. In Thüringen, they were going to have Landratstichwahlen in Sonneberg. Do you know? Okay, I'm a dox myself a little bit. Yeah, seeing this every second tweet was exhausting. It was exhausting. It was. Yeah, I'll dox myself a little bit. It doesn't matter that much. You already know I'm in the east. You already know I'm like near there. Yeah, this is my Bundesland. This is my Bundesland. Did I know? And I'm just saying this to put this next statement into perspective. Did I know where Sonneberg was? No. No, I didn't. Have I ever heard of Sonneberg before this? No, never heard of it. East Germany represent, yes. Durian? Thüringen. Thuringia is a... wait, I can show you, unless you guys have a map. Nah, you don't have a map. Germany map, Bundesländer. Germany map, Bundesländer. Yeah, there it is. Is it big? Is big, okay. Germany map, Bundesländer. That's ours. And that is Thüringen. There it is. Right smack dab in the middle. Quite. Like Hessen and Thüringen are right in the middle. And Thüringen is on in East Germany. And it's somewhere in there is where I am. So, Sonneberg, by the way, I think we have a map where Sonneberg is somewhere in here. Or in the other one. It's at the bottom of Thüringen, I think, somewhere. I don't know. I never knew. That's how you write it. Yeah, Thüringen, but with like a Ü. There's little dots over the U. It looks like it's smiling, even though it's not the greatest place to be, necessarily. Well, Sonneberg was voting for their regional... Well, help me out. District election. They were doing their district election, and guess who won? Oh my god, an AfD candidate won for a fucking district election. We saw it coming. Because of the street interviews that were going around. German Gabe Newell, he kinda does look like that, doesn't he? Who is he? I don't know him. I don't know this man. It's Robert Stuhlmann. His name is literally chairman? No, what? Are you? Oh, his name is actually armchairman, Sesselmann. Why did you translate that? What the fuck is wrong with you? They translated this German last name to another German last name in the English one. Huh? Okay, sure. Go off, I guess. Did I vote? I can't. I'm not in there. I'm not in Sonneberg. Because it's just Landrat, district election. The district is even smaller. I'm not in Sonneberg. I've never heard of Sonneberg before this. It's very tiny. No, I did not vote here. Can't vote here. It's not my election. So why did they translate his name? I'm so confused. So Robert Sesselmann has won the district election in Sonneberg. This is the first time that the AfD has a district administration in Germany, apparently. In a further attempt not to dox myself, I'm still gonna say my district got pretty close last time. They were pretty close, I think, if I remember correctly, for the last district election, that they would also elect an AfD man. Hello, Arctic! How are you? How are you doing? In the runoff, Jürgen Köpper from the CDU ran against Sesselmann. Why are they translating his last name? That is so confusing. Either way, so it was basically normal right-wing versus extreme right-wing, which is the AfD. This is also where this one video came from. Wait, let me actually see if I can pull it up. It's very, it's high. I posted it somewhere in our politics channel, but it was a little while ago, and there was conversation since then. So I'm gonna scroll for a little bit. How are you doing? I hope you're having a good day so far. Checking in with you once again while I try to go get that. Good video. Oh, there it is. See, this was before. I posted this with the caption, "Oh no, bros." I hope it didn't get deleted or anything. No, it's right there. This was before the actual... Can you pause yourself? Thank you. Don't be too loud. Thank you. So, this was the colleagues from Spiegel TV were in the Thuringian district of Sonneberg, where the AfD district administration could be elected this Sunday. And it was. And some people apparently want the NSDAP back, which was the Nazis. That was the literal Nazi party. That was literally them. Because every German word can be last name or just a word. So Google just translates everything. But the thing is, it translated it to another German word, which is very confusing to me. Like, why did it do that? It's a pleasure to meet you. It's the first time here. I came in to support you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Welcome. Yeah, you might need to scroll a bit in the politics channel. No worries. I love the discussion. Don't be too loud. German challenge. Impossible. I mean, always. So there's a whole video. This guy is saying, "Oh, we gotta start with the foreigners. We gotta start with the foreigners," he says.
Was meinen Sie? Was bedeutet anfangen? Was meinen Sie?
The reporter is trying to ask him to clarify. What do you mean we have to start with the foreigners? This one says, yeah, you gotta start with that. The other one says, oh, they're not supposed to get, like, shit blown up their ass, as in, like, getting everything handed to them. The German isn't even seen as the German anymore, says this man. In their own country.
Das kommt nicht bei jedem gut an.
Not everybody's in favor, though. Yeah, this woman, she's a fucking legend. She's a legend. She was, yeah, she was, like, the leftist perspective here. She's like, I can't listen to this anymore.
Sie müssen sich woanders hinsetzen?
Ja.
Haben Sie eine andere Meinung?
You have to go sit somewhere else? Do you have a different opinion? And she's like, yeah, yes.
Ja, vollkommen andere.
Completely different.
Ich bin für den Staat. Ich mag das.
She likes the current government, which is more left-leaning, like the government of, like, all of Germany, not this little part of Thuringia.
Mir geht's gut.
She's doing well. She's a base grandma. She's like, I'm doing well. That's great.
Für die Senioren hat das Pärchen nur Spott übrig.
And of course, for the old lady, the couple is merely deriding her.
Du hast eine Melone.
That's pretty mean. They're like, oh, you're gonna die soon anyway. Which, what a thing to say to a person anyway. That's not the quote,
Die
though.
Stimmung in Sonneberg ist vergiftet.
The mood in Sonneberg is poisoned.
Noch schlimmer wird es ein paar Meter weiter.
It gets even worse a few meters further.
Hier wünscht man sich dunkelbraune Zeiten zurück.
In here, they're reminiscing about dark brown times. This guy says when the NSDAP, which is the Nazi party, is leading again in the elections, he will come back. Cool. I think it's funny how East Germany has some of the most left and right-leaning politics. They do. They literally do. It's rough round there. The shittiest of times, indeed. The most shittiest of times. They're very dark brown. Hi, Sol. Welcome. How are you doing? We're talking about Germany.
Hören Sie auf.
And this guy's saying, stop it. The reporter is just like, stop, cut it out. And the guy's like, no, yes.
Nein, können Sie doch nicht sagen.
You can't say that, says the reporter.
Doch, nein.
And he's like, yeah.
Der NSDAP, ich meine, wir haben 6 Millionen Juden getötet.
Ja.
You cannot make this shit up, dude. You cannot make this shit up. The reporter is like, well, the NSDAP, the Nazi party, killed 6 million Jews. And the guy's just like, you know, nah. You cannot make this up. Germany news. Yes, Germany news for you. I'm okay right now. Germany? Never heard of that place before. Yeah, don't go to this part of Germany. If go to, like, I don't know, Berlin, go to Leipzig, go to Köln. I don't know.
Ich fände es dann wirklich gut, wenn Faschisten wieder im Bundestag sind, oder?
Why is this his only response? The reporter asks, you wouldn't find that good if fascists were back in the Bundestag. And he's like, meh.
So jetzt ist besser im Bundestag.
And he's like, do you think it's better now in our government?
Guck, was applauden die Idioten da oben, die machen doch nichts.
Nah, of course, the usual rhetoric where it's like, look at those idiots. Those idiots are just talking up there. They're not doing anything. He would prefer it if they did the fucking Holocaust again, as opposed to just whatever our current government is doing. Absolutely insane. Yeah, some weirdos also think the Holocaust was just made up. Maybe he's one of those. He's like, nah, that didn't really happen. I don't know. I don't know what's worse. Like, literally, you can go to the places here. If you're in Thüringen, we have, like, you can go to Buchenwald. It's, like, right there. From Sonneberg, you don't have to travel far. You can go and see Buchenwald. They still have, like, the fucking room is still there. The fucking ovens are still there, brother. You can go look at them, dude. Anyway, for my civil engineering bachelor, I had to do an internship at a construction site. Oh my god, the things I had to hear there. I'm so sorry. My condolences. Yeah, these people are generally not very smart, so when they are forced with solid arguments, the best they have is, nah. It's horrible. And those people fucking go vote. I hate that. I hate that those people go vote. How can it, yeah, right? Like, how can it be made up? I don't know how people can believe that it didn't happen. I have no idea. Yeah, or the classic, you need to read the alternative news. I mean, yeah, literally, the AfD is the alternative for Germany, right? They're very alternative. Okay, he was cut off. He was just saying, for their own people, they don't do anything. By the way, I hate quick aside, Vosh, can you stop pronouncing Volk the way that you do? I've said it in chat multiple times. The V is pronounced like an F. It's not pronounced like a W. Don't say Volk. That's nothing. That sounds like nothing. It sounds bad. Can you say Volk instead? You say it enough that I have a problem with it. Please say it correctly. Thank you. Okay, that was all. That was my quick that was my quick appeal to Vosh. It's pronounced like an F. You can say it. I believe in you. You got it. You want to learn German? Start with Volk. Volkswagen. Volkswagen. I mean, I say Volkswagen too if I speak English, because otherwise it sounds weird. It's like, oh yeah, he was driving a Volkswagen. Volkswagen. Jesus. Anyway. So woof. Woof is like woof. Woof doesn't exist, but yeah. It's even worse. These kinds of people are more likely to go and vote. Yep. We had an issue here where young people did not vote because it does not matter anyway. True. Same. We have that too. I have a friend. I think I have a friend like that who doesn't go vote because it doesn't matter. Bestie, please. You must vote. Times change. If only boomers can go vote. Yeah. If only boomers go vote, that is not good. We don't want that around here. I'm going on a tangent. It's a tiny tangent. It's just, I will be there in chat every time being like, by the way, V in this case is pronounced like F. Please. Please. Anyway, so this happened. This election happened. And it turned out bad to not so many people's surprise, I think. Of course, here's a party, an election party, would you call it that? Yeah, election party in Sonneberg. Thuringia's state chairman, Björn Höcke, from left is funny, he's like on the left, that's him. He's not from the left, he certainly is not. With the state election winner, Robert Sesselmann is his name, and the federal chairman, Tino, is that your name? Trupala? I guess so. They're all AfD. I mean, of course they are. I should create a whole alternative news site, but flooded with connections with cat conspiracy. Now that's something I can support, I think. Maybe next weekend when I buy a new PC parts. Ooh, make one. That would be cute. Isn't he called Bernd Höcke? Honestly, I forget. Is he Bernd or is he Björn? I mean, this website says Björn. I keep mixing it up in my brain, and like he's local. Is he Björn or is he Bernd? Björn Höcke. He's Björn. He's Björn. Björn and Bernd, for some reason they're very close. I've heard, I don't know, I mix them up in my brain all the time. The Höcke first names. Is that like a meme or something? Or am I just confused? I don't know. Either way, yeah, that's the dude. And we hate him, obviously. We don't like him very much. So, I love Google Translate. It's great. in the runoff election for the first election, the Robert Sesselmann from the AfD won, according to yep. We have some more percentages later to look at as well. So he's gonna be the elected official over there, huh? Hello, Wolfie. Oh, it's the ZYBNC or the Zecke YouTube Broadcasting News Channel. It is me. Yes. News. Oh, a news article once called him banned, and I'll honor this tradition. Oh, okay. Shit, I do that too, man. I'm legitimately confused about that. I have called him banned before, I think, on accident. I literally have. Yes. Yes, I point at the picture and say, we don't like that man. you put a target on this man. I think a lot more people than me say we don't like that man. But you know, there's a lot of people who say we like that man, as you know. There's Goldestal. See, I don't know any of these places. This is like bumfuck nowhere, even in Thüringen, which is already bumfuck nowhere. Goldestal is the AfD stronghold. According to provincial elections in Goldestal, the AfD member of Parliament Sturman got the largest Sesselmann, by the way, got the largest share of voters with 61%. That's a lot. A lot of people went to vote, apparently. The polling stations in the district of Sonneberg were closed at 6 p.m. on Sunday. More than 48,000 eligible voters were called upon to decide the new district administrator. That's a lot of people. Well, they were called upon, but did they go? I want to know if they went. The runoff election has become necessary because no candidate had achieved an absolute majority in the first ballot. That often happens. It's usually a runoff thing. With 47% after Robert Sesselmann, who also sits in the Thuringian state parliament, of course he did, just missed the mark. His opponent on Sunday was the incumbent. What does that mean? Can you give me that in German? Amtierende. Oh, okay. So the one who's already... He was the one who was in the position beforehand, I guess. I didn't know what incumbent meant. Administrator Jürgen Köpper from the CDU, of course. He had come to almost 36% 2 weeks ago. Yeah, that's not too strong. I mean, honestly, the choices are not great. If you have to vote for either CDU or AfD, it's gonna be pretty rough because leftists don't vote CDU. They should, though. They really should. In Sonneberg, if you, dear viewer, were in Sonneberg, I'm broadcasting to the past right now, you should have voted CDU, but I bet you didn't because CDU is not a great choice. We have another article with more bar graphs. I love bar graphs. We should look at bar graphs. This is the MDR. This is like local news because it's Thüringen, Sachsen, Sachsen-Anhalt. That's like the conglomerate of news. Would you consider the SPD still left? Yeah, I mean, kind of. They are sort of leftist. They're not like great or anything. I'm not the biggest fan, but they are technically still, they're like center left, I guess. So they also translate his name. I mean, I guess they would do it consistently, wouldn't they? I just want to look at the bar graphs. The bar graphs here are pretty bad. So there's, of course, this is already a smaller area of our entire Bundesland, but there's even smaller areas in there. I guess for every single voting location, are these the percentages for every single voting locations? Perhaps. This one is the strongest lead over here with 61% for AfD man. Here we have 51% as opposed, yeah, and I mean 48 on the other side, obviously. Of course, SPD is still left. They were the greatest PWs of all time. Fuck, I don't know what PW. But realistically more center than left these days. Yeah, true. Oh, Power Rangers. What? oh, of course. There are also Power Rangers, obviously. So here it's almost a 50-50 in wherever Föritztal is. Okay, this one's a bit stronger. I wonder, is there a big city in Sonneberg? Like I said, I've never heard of Sonneberg before. In this district, the CDU was leading. But in most of them, obviously, the AfD was leading because otherwise they wouldn't have won, would they? There should be a Zecke party. There totally should be a Zecke party. We would be great. We would do fantastic. I would lead all the polls. This one's also pretty severe, isn't it? Yeah, generally, as you can see, obviously, they were in the lead because they won in the end. Not great. Masters of Germany action figures is a legendary fake commercial. Oh my god. That's fun. We would do great, Soul. Don't worry. We would do absolutely great. Is there... Okay, I'm gonna am I gonna Google this or is this gonna be dangerous? Is this gonna dox me is what I'm wondering about. I want to Google Sonneberg, Thüringen to see if they have a big city that I've heard of before. Sonneberg is the town. Is it? It is the town. Oh, okay. No, I've never heard of this before. Uh-huh. It's a region and the town? Well, there's a... Okay, it's tiny. Jesus Christ. Yeah, this... Is this gonna show me where I am on the map? I sure hope it doesn't. Is this all... No, that's just the town, but the actual, like, area is probably bigger. Yeah. This is one of the areas that was polled. I know that. Because they said so. Okay, some other parts of these areas were polled too, but that's the town. But it's very small, very, very, very small. Yeah, I don't know about that. Use protection. Using protection is very important. Vosh and politics. Youth Zecke group would riot in the streets and take over the government. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Let's take over the government. Right, I riot in the streets enough already, I think. Personally, very small, like you. True. Too true. But I want to look at the general reaction of it on Twitter. So I think this like precinct or whatever is not a precinct. I hate finding English equivalents to these German things. Like this small little part of our Bundesstaat is very tiny, okay? But a victory for the AfD is still a victory for the AfD, which is not great. Is it surprising, as somebody who's from the general area, not this specific area, but the general area of Thüringen? No, it's not surprising. Hence the title of this part of the docket, Thüringen be normal challenge. No, they never are. Thüringen, I feel like, is... with Sachsen together, Thüringen and Sachsen are like the problem children of Germany, as in they vote for the AfD a lot. Not great. Who needs directions to your own house? I hope I don't give directions to my own house. If you search a location on Google Maps, it shouldn't show your location unless you click directions to go there. Yeah, technically, yes. But practically, I don't trust that shit. There was a little bit of a conversation around if the CDU supports the AfD after this election as well, and apparently one group on Twitter tweeted out, nope, we do not want to work together with them. Here, a collaboration with the AfD would be a betrayal of the Christian core of our union, apparently. Also for the because this is like that's the other party, right? The other party is also right leaning. The CDU is Christian Democratic Union. They're right leaning as well. I'm tech savvy enough to not trust computers. It's very true. You gotta have a slight distrust because sometimes they just do that. So this is the general gist, right? Nobody wants to work together with the AfD because everybody, even fucking these guys, see that the AfD is way, way, way too right-wing. Like, nobody wants to work together with them. C stands for corrupt. Oh, yeah, of course. Sorry, I'm spreading misinformation here, saying that it's Christian. They have a Christian core? They do. They do have a Christian core. Yeah, they basically spoke out against collaborating with the AfD, as all parties do. However, when I was looking through this tag a little bit further, I saw some politicians from which we'll get to, some politicians from the Christian Democratic Union saying some stuff that may make you think otherwise, you know? I hate how every word that has MP in it gets highlighted for me. Oh shit, really? Every single one of them? Dang. That's rough. Maybe you need a more complex username, but I like your username. MP is chill, isn't it? There's a Twitter thread about the AfD in Thüringen that I liked before reading like all of it. So, but I agree with the first one. I read the first one already. Yeah, it's not dam bursting. I don't know if dam bursting is a saying in English. Probably not, but it's not surprising. It's not dam bursting or a low point or an expression of anger or a protest. It's a consistent normalization of right-wing extremist party that, especially in Thuringia, never made a secret of the strategy shaped by Björn Höcke. No sprint, a marathon. They're slowly but surely, what this tweet is saying is that in Thüringen specifically, they're slowly but surely making it very like normal to hold these beliefs and vote for the AfD, and they're winning over a lot of people, and not in a sprint. In a marathon. Well, at least the AfD gets officially monitored now. True. That does happen. That does happen. Jesus Christ. I can't talk. That did happen. That is happening. They are officially recognized as a right-wing organization, as they should be. I mean, have you seen like anything any of them say? They definitely should be. But it's kind of wild that such a party is even still allowed to run. Like, just because they can be democratically elected doesn't mean that they're not a far-right Nazi party. I mean, the NSDAP was democratically elected too or something, right? And everybody's brought along. Here, Holocaust denier, from the Holocaust denier Nikolai Nerling to the right-wing extremist campaign platform 1%. Which Höcke thanked on the election night. It's scary and depressing how misanthropic positions have been normalized here for years. True. Very, very true. However, it does not help anyone to get involved in the media self-portrayal of the AfD, which will try to cover every upcoming election from the major runoff election in Jena to the state elections in Thüringen, Brandenburg, and Sachsen. Oh yeah, Jena. Is Jena gonna happen soon? Too? Oh, we'll see. Yeah, the word stamp, the star. Oh yeah, star is normal and the MP gets highlighted in orange. That's so funny. That's so funny for you. For too long, things have been played down, downplayed, and the radicalization has been accompanied in an almost exotic way. Neither Berlin is to blame for Sonneberg, nor is the East. Yeah, that's fair. These narratives play into the hands of the enemies of democracy because they have an enormous internal effect. True, if you alienate like the East too much, I like to joke about the East because I'm from here. I'm allowed to do that. I joke about, oh yeah, God, East Germany this, East Germany that. I like to joke about it. Hi, Ronbus, by the way, hello, and Wheatbush, hello too. Yo, yo, yo. Hello, hello. I like to joke about the East because I'm from here, okay? And I see it when I go outside in the streets and everything. But generally, if people from outside of the East, or maybe also inside, that could have an effect too, are constantly saying, oh, the East is bad because of this, that, people who are already leaning towards right-wing ideologies might be pushed further into those ideologies by being alienated by the rest of the country. I can see that, but also at the same time I think it should still be okay to call that out because it is happening, you know. Warren, just testing, don't mind. I wouldn't mind. I would never mind. Says the person making fun of Bavaria. I mean, oh, come on. Come on, Bavaria is very funny. Bavaria is a funny place to be. All of Germany makes fun of Bavaria, to be fair, but maybe that's not better. Democrats must finally end their internal culture wars. See, it's the same shit everywhere. It is the same shit everywhere. In Germany, in America, all around the world, it's the absolute same. Consistently recognizing, naming, and ostracizing right-wing extremists, anti-democratic, and misanthropic positions. We already wrote down what that could look like in 2021. Yes. When you're young, it's easy to fall into the right pipeline. It is true. It really is. And also, I mean, to be fair, that's like the online right-wing pipeline. I wonder how many young people actually vote AfD, because for us, I feel like it's mostly old people who vote AfD in Germany, as far as I know. But Young people are loud. I was gonna say maybe the young people just don't talk about it, but young people, you know how young people are. They always want to talk about their stupid opinions. Talking about myself. No. They always want to shout out their opinions. I feel like it's mainly old people who vote AfD, but I don't know if we have like an age demographic that we could pull up anywhere. AfD voters' age demographics? Do we have any of those? AfD voters 2017 by age and gender. Election demographics. I don't know. Young people in America are very adamant about voting these days. They should be. They should be. Okay, that's cool. Eligible voters by age. That's cool. East-West divide. Foreign population. I'm just looking for age. Okay, you don't have it. Huh. Well, okay. This one says share of votes for the Alternative for Germany, Alternative für Deutschland party, AfD, in the German federal elections. This is very old, so I don't really know by age group. Well, that's perfectly even. Okay, that doesn't tell me anything, I guess. Cool. That's a non-graph. Well, maybe more young people vote for them than I thought they would. I don't know. Doesn't really change anything. What? No, I don't want to talk about my opinions at all. No, never, right? Young people, never. I'm too lazy to vote. Please vote. You should vote. Everybody should vote. Unless you want to vote AfD. I mean, I know you're not in Germany. Unless you want to vote AfD, then it's up to you. You don't have to. I'm not forcing you. I think you should vote. Yeah, from my experience, it seems like it's mostly people that grew up. Well, I guess it's a lot of people that grew up in the DDR, but also, like, that's weird to me. It's not all people who grew up in the DDR, of course, but it's a lot of old people from what I've seen. Hello, Victor. Well, voting here is compulsory, so wait, really? Oh my god, I didn't know that. Well, it isn't compulsory here, but you can, of course, go to vote and fuck up your voting, right? I mean, it's anonymous, I guess, so that should still work. You can show up and then just write X's everywhere. DDR is East Germany before Germany united, you know, before West and East Germany united itself together again. The GDR, German Democratic Republic, is what it's called in English. It doesn't work without civil society, local civil society, Zivilgesellschaft. Zivilgesellschaft is what they mean. Actors need our support. We have to take the cause of such elections seriously and do everything we can to strengthen our democracy. There are, yes, people honking their horn outside. There are already a lot of people who are involved on site. That's good. I didn't know these people before this Twitter thread. Our colleagues from this Twitter account in Jena, I know Jena, observe and analyze radical. Why is this word so hard today? Observe and analyze radicalization and hostility to democracy in Thüringen, Thuringia, in order to use these findings to strengthen democratic culture and civil society, especially in rural areas. Yeah, I mean, that's where it's especially bad too. That's also a trend. Rural areas, like not the big cities, tend to vote more right-leaning. And you gotta ask yourself why that is. And then you gotta attack sounds so hostile. I mean it in a positive way. You gotta attack the reasons as to why the rural areas are voting more right-leaning, right? So you gotta try and fix the problems that they think will be addressed by voting for more right-leaning parties. So like we saw in that one video, they were talking about foreigners, and where does that fear of foreigners come from? That's a good question. You gotta figure that one out. I guess that's a little bit specific to each person, but I guess at the root it probably stems from insecurity about income and stuff. They say like, oh, the foreigners get everything and we get nothing, is what they say, right? Which is obviously not true, but I guess they do feel abandoned by their government, so you gotta try and address those issues that are present in the government and try and show them that the reason for things being bad isn't the reason that they think they have figured out, you know? You guys have the electronic ballot box, so we don't get to joke vote around here. Oh, damn. You can vote blank, though. Well, that's something then, I guess. Germany is afraid of foreigners? They are. Well, I mean, not all of us, but those who vote AfD certainly are. Literally, I think I saw a statement recently from some head of AfD who made the statement that, well, if you're voting AfD, you have to realize that we're gonna be, if we get into power, we're gonna be deporting foreigners, and if you're a foreigner that votes for AfD, like, then you will also be deported. Something like that. Absolutely crazy. Incredibly insane take. I don't know. The first time I voted before people in the staff from the voting bribed me to vote this person, and that person, but I just took the money and I didn't vote for them. Holy shit. What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on in your voting booths? But also, good. That's good. I like that. Take the money. Vote for somebody else. Sounds like a good idea. So they're going on, they're going on talking about trying to strengthen initiatives that are supposed to help prevent another coming of the fucking Nazis, dude. You'd think it'd be easy, but it's not. But even the small initiatives in the region, such as the Association Aufenthalt, which work tirelessly for refugees in the region and positions itself against neo-Nazis in the region with a variety of activities, need support. Of course they do. Or the Thuringian alliances, initiatives and networks against the right, which counteract this and bring local Democrats together. Of course, this is not possible without long-term partners like so-and-so, and there will be a tomorrow. You gotta have a hopeful sort of. You gotta have a hopeful sort of perspective on this, otherwise you're just gonna be a doomer. If you see these results, if you see these percentages, right, of the AfD, and you look at this and you're like, oh my god, it's so Jover. Okay, I say that too, but I say it as a joke. This is a tiny little part of Germany. And of course, it's exemplary of a bigger problem, obviously, but you're not gonna get anywhere by being defeatist. Like, these clowns are shooting themselves in the foot with the more publicity they get, the more people are gonna see how fucking insane they are, because they cannot make the AfD cannot make a single statement without sounding absolutely deranged, and people are gonna realize that they're not a good party to vote for sooner or later. Like, they're gonna realize, oh wait, I don't actually vibe with any of that. A lot of people who are more centrist leaning are gonna be voting AfD for some reason or another, and of course they're supporting Nazis and fascism with that, but that doesn't mean that they themselves hold super deep Nazi fascism beliefs. So if they see what this party actually stands for, I feel like a good amount of them are gonna probably turn around and stop supporting them. That's my hope, at least. That's my positive mindset take of the situation. 24% of the 48 to 59-year-olds vote AfD, more than any other group. That's the type of statistic that I was looking for earlier. Yeah, it is that age group, isn't it? It's like disgruntled old people who think that everything new and everything that's not tradition is dangerous and harmful for them, That was my rant of the day. These are all rants. This is my ranting channel where I rant about current events. If the memers meme the hell out of them, they will lose everything. It's only a matter of time, I think. Also, it's like a curve up and down. I feel like the AfD has seen some ups, and they're gonna see ups in times of crisis. Like right now, there's inflation going on, so people are like, well, we never had an AfD government under which we've had inflation, because we've never had an AfD government, of course. So I think we should totally vote for them. It's just how it goes. I linked a good article in, where? In Discord? Probably, maybe? Yes, I will did you link it in Discord? And where's the malicious forcing communities to vote on their candidates? Very bad. Very bad. Glad we don't have that. Oh, in chat. I can't see it, man. I enabled links, right? But YouTube is just like, fuck it. We don't show you links. Like, it's probably visible on your end, but I can't see the link. Why does YouTube give me the ability to enable links and then just doesn't show me links? It's mean. It's rude. I tried Discord. Discord does enable links. I can find it. So if they're kicking out foreigners, what about tick goddesses that lived here before Germany was even made? Well, technically, I'm an immigrant too. Well, I was reborn into this world. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't work. I technically enabled it, but it just doesn't work. It sees links as spam, I guess, and doesn't allow it, even if you specifically go to allow links. You know, why even give us the option to allow links if you're just not gonna allow links at the end of the day? Bit dumb, isn't it? A bit dumb, perhaps. Anyway, yeah, there's inflation going on. Well, at least the Sonic fandom must be happy. That's the funniest chat message I've ever read. We have more about this, as we know. Of course we do. We read this Twitter thread. This was a tweet I saw while scrolling through the tweets. Yeah, mods and YouTube channel owners can post links in chat, but there is a box that you can tick that allows links in chat in general. I did do that. There's like allow links in chat. Yes. So technically it should be allowed, but practically YouTube still censors it. Cool. Maybe your bot could post a link for your Discord. Do we have a Discord command? I don't know, but it's also linked in the description down below, so right by the side. Can people... Well, yeah, I mean, I understand why not allowing links makes sense, but if you have a little box to allow links, then I think it should also work. So this is a journalist who posted the AfD has won in Sonneberg, who... I could just translate this, but I'm like, no, I wanna translate it myself. Whoever stays at the election party will notice how the party, the AfD party, thinks. They're aggressive against the press. I was filmed while I left the premises, and I was accosted, I guess I would say. I was filmed being harassed while leaving the premises. Yeah, that makes sense. Harassed, accosted. I like accosted too. Can you try unticking the box and Vita try posting a link? I mean, I'm sure Vita can post links and I can post links. We can post links. But like, because the box was unticked for the longest time, you know, like as in not allowing links in chat. Whatever. Yeah, it's like she was supposed to explain if she was correctly reporting on the situation. She has rarely felt so uncomfortable. This is the party that they were having. Of course, they're all blue, you know, our blue is bad. Yes, mods can always post link. I know. That's always been like that, and that just is like that. I don't know if we have a command. Oh, we do have a command. I immediately forgot about that. Cool. Nice. Good. See? So you can do that too. Yeah, it would be nice if YouTube fixed that, because literally, if they give you the option to allow links, I think they should actually allow links when you allow the links. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Does not matter though. Ah, there it is. We found the article. Yes, except... Oh, that's even very recent too. Oh my god. Thank you, advertisement. I love websites. The new AfD, protest voters are different than you thought. This is also about the city, the area of Sonneberg. Give us the prompt to pay. That one is a thing that just happens every now and then. I've turned it on that it does it every now and then. The AfD is growing into the second strongest party in Germany in polls and has now won a first district election in Thuringia with, nope, leave me alone, 52.8%, which, you know, is pretty close to the 50% margin, but a victory is still a victory, you know? But who actually follows the right-wing populists, and what do they really want? That's a good question. So one, we have generation middle-aged. Yeah, the cliche of AfD grandpas has always been wrong. It feels like the right-wing populists are a grim elderly movement of older people. In fact, however, the evaluation after the federal elections 2017 and 2021, as well as a current Forza survey, show that the middle generation in particular votes for the AfD. That makes a lot of sense to me. I feel like they're not all grandpas and grandmas. It's true. What the fuck? Well, inflation, general, you know, things are not going well. If you want to, you know, you go into the store in Germany right now, you try to buy a cucumber, it costs twice as much as it did last year. You feel pretty bad. If you're not rich or whatever in Germany right now, it's not great. At the moment. Yeah, but it's middle-aged people generally. And above average 21% for 30 to 44-year-olds say they want to vote for the AfD. And among 45 55 to 59-year-olds, the figure is even, well, I mean, that's still quite old people, 24%. On the other hand, the AfD is much less popular with people over the age of 60, though. See, people over the age of 60, maybe they're too reasonable for this, I guess. I'm sure the AfD has great policies on inflation. I know. Yeah, people don't even care about that. They are just like, these people are for tradition and that'll fix it somehow. Germany recession leading to a surge of right wing? Where have we seen this before? Odd. Very odd. It's middle-aged people. Based grandpas though, right? Over the age of 60? No AfD. I feel like people who grew up in the GDR for the most part vote more left-leaning. I don't know if I'm saying that just because my mom does and my mom grew up in the GDR, but perhaps. Old people and young people among the elderly, old people and young people, the AfD is less popular with them. Among the elderly and pensioners, only 15% support the AfD. Among school children and students, only 5%. Yeah, that makes sense. They interviewed school children? Interesting. GDR is the German Democratic Republic. That was before... when Germany was, after the war, was split up into two parts, the GDR and the other one. The one controlled by Russia and the one with America, you know. Working people, of course, working people vote for them. That makes sense. A boomer group that's not good there is not gonna listen. Yeah, they're not gonna listen to people, probably. A study by the union-affiliated Hans Böckler Foundation shows that the proportion of workers in the AfD following is surprisingly high. I don't find that surprising at all. I think more working-class people also voted for Trump, right? I think that's generally how it goes. Because the working class, they notice that something is wrong, but they're not quite there yet with the whole class consciousness thing, and they misplace the blame often. In Saxony and Brandenburg, 41 and 44% of workers voted for the AfD, that's less than 50%, while the proportion of pensioners is only, it's versus pensioners, again, old people, it's only 21 and 15%. I kind of miss it. What is the AfD? The AfD is a party in Germany. We talk about them sometimes. I will talk about them semi-frequently because the AfD is our most right-leaning, one of our most right-leaning parties, the most popular, very right-leaning party. There's other weird parties like der Dritte Weg, the third path, the third way, and stuff like that. Those guys still exist, but they're called the Alternative for Germany. They're alt-right, basically, and they have funky little election slogans. In Germany, die ist Deutschland. Yes, exactly. Ayo, ayo, ayo. Ayo, ayo. Yeah, in the federal election, the AfD was already the second most popular party in the workforce, after the SPD. Yeah, that makes sense. The well-to-do, the image of the left-behind socially disadvantaged AfD voter is also wrong. In an in-depth study of AfD supporters in 2016, the German Economy Institute came to the conclusion that the earnings of AfD voters are even above the average for the population. Interesting. As a rule, they are certainly employed and well off. In last federal elections, 73% of AfD voters stated that their income situation was good. Well, that's interesting. Wouldn't really have suspected that, personally. That is very interesting. The third path, yeah, they are exactly what you think they are. They're very bad, but they're very small. I don't think people vote for them too much. That's interesting. I did not expect that, indeed. Gonna go work out. Have a good workout. This one, only time they were right is when you call, when you call them right. Yeah, they were like, we're not right wing or something. That was the kind of consensus in the comments. Like, oh my god, calling us far right is very misleading and dangerous. It's like, have you like listened to the types of things that your leaders say? Do you know what far right means? Because you literally are that. Well, that's interesting anyway. In the Sonnenberg constituency 2, where the AfD has now won, the unemployment rate has been one of the lowest in Thuringia for years, and is currently 5.1%. That's interesting. The fear of losing something pushes you to the far right too. That does make sense. If you have stuff that you want to protect from, oh no, evil foreigners are gonna take my job that's going okay. A lot of situations can push you into the far right. No wonder we have a problem with that. Do you know about Nancy Faeser, Minister of Interior, saying she wants to ban the AfD? I can only find a Cicero article about it. He might just be lying. I don't know. I didn't hear about that yet. But I feel like, yeah, I don't know what the best way to deal with them would be, to be honest. Like, they are a right-wing extremist party. They are dangerous, I think, for democracy. But also, I don't know if you could ban them. Could you ban them if they are literally under surveillance, right? For being too extremely right-wing. I feel like maybe you could ban them, but I don't know. The only dangerous thing here is your mental capacity to do stupid shit directed at the AfD, I think. They need to just be banned, over and done with. I mean, that would probably be the best thing to do, right? But can you do that is the question. They are literally spouting like hateful rhetoric all the time. You'd assume you would be able to do that. But I don't know. Banning is possible, but very difficult, right? Because otherwise it would have already happened. They're already seen as a dangerous group. Huh. The idea that the AfD milieu feeds on prefabricated housing estates and social hotspots in metropolitan areas is also wrong. I don't think anybody thought that. The popularity of the AfD is greatest where the idyll seems to be at home in the country. Yeah, no, that I thought that was well known. I'm pretty sure everybody thinks that. I thought everybody thinks that anyway. It's always rural areas, yes. What did I miss? We're talking about the AfD victory in Thuringia. We need the Zecke solution for the AfD. I definitely have that. They know exactly what they are protesting against. The widespread assessment that AfD voters are dealing with vague fears of social decline, modernization, or the futures is also untenable. AfD sympathizers have a very clear idea about what and why they are protesting. The dissatisfaction with the traffic light government. If you just read that and you don't know what that means, that sounds very funny. Well, they're called the traffic light coalition or government because the colors of the parties. I've explained this before, but I just want to say it briefly. You know, they're the green party, the yellow party, the fucking liberals, and red is SPD. Their color is red. Dramatically accelerated by the planned heating law is the trigger for the current AfD high flight. Yeah, they don't like the current. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense too. The current government, they're absolutely not in favor. I'm sure they much preferred the CDU beforehand. Wait, I wanted to un-English this for a second. Heizungsgesetz. Okay, I don't know what the Heizungsgesetz is. To think a man with a fucking horrible mustache could make something that lasted so long. Yeah, right? The mustache should have been a great inhibitor, but it wasn't. For the government made... But it was in fashion back then, wasn't it? Government made up this is by far the weakest value in the ARD Germany trend. There it is. Oh, see, there we have it on a map. Like, this is Thuringia, you can see. And this is the Sonneberg district. See, I wanted to see that as well. There you go. There you go. It's very small. It's very, very tiny, but still, we should still take it seriously, even though it's tiny as it is. Especially because all of Thüringen, all of Thuringia has this problem. This is going to pop up again. I think Jena is pretty progressive. I don't know about Erfurt. Erfurt is like our capital city, right? Why is Erfurt gray in this one, by the way? I don't know. Erfurt is our capital city of Thuringia. Yeah, well. AfD sympathizers state immigration and migration policy as by far their greatest motive. Yep, that's what we also thought about when we listened to this interview on the street of some random people in Sonneberg. The main problem they have is with immigration. In second place is the annoyance at energy, environmental, and climate politics. Yep, that's also something that's a very visible trend. People love to complain about any climate activism and anything that has anything to do with that. I don't understand how a person can be against trying to save the climate, but alas, here we are. Oh no, your Discord account was hacked. He changed Gmail. Oh, that fucking sucks. That sucks a lot. That's very bad. Now you gotta make a new Discord account, I guess, and hope that... And tell all of your friends that you were hacked so that they don't click on any weird links. That's important. And in third place is concerns about the economy, I guess. It's all just economy in general. Let's say they come into power and kick out foreigners. I bet they'll be thinking who disagree with them will... they'll also be kicked out. Yeah, like... Anybody who's leading with this sort of policy is gonna be very, very bad if they were to actually get into power. The thing is, we always have coalition governments, right? So nobody would want to form a coalition with them. Nobody wants to work together with them. There should just be a ban against the AfD, honestly. If not a single other party wants to work together with you, you're probably not very popular. You probably shouldn't be governing the country overall. I mean, they might govern like a tiny part of the country, Sonneberg in Thüringen specifically. But beyond that, I honestly don't see them getting very far, though. We have more tweets too, and I have my little game. Don't forget my little game. I prepared a little game for you after all. This one is so funny to me, by the way. Of course, there's people celebrating the victory of the AfD, but the funniest shit that they do is juxtaposing the AfD victory with the CDU loss by painting it as though the CDU is like rainbow, progressive, leftist, whatever the fuck, when the CDU is literally like a right-wing party. I don't think I would represent the CDU with the fucking rainbow flag. I don't see any association between the two. It's very funny to me how everybody who isn't them is just like far left, weirdo, progressive people. When it's the fucking CDU, dude, as if the CDU is gonna be like representing themselves with a fucking rainbow flag. Hello, what's happening? News happening after victory in Sonneberg. Sad times, but alas, that's so weird. Like, it's such a weird equivalent to find. What is this one? Oh yeah, I know what this one is. I know what this tweet is, I think. Yeah, here's their fucking them with their slogans and everything. You're gay if you're not me. It's absolutely their stance. It's like, the CDU, a typical, like, gay party. They're the Christian Democratic Union. They're not pro-gay. Not greatly, no. At the NSDAP 2.0 garden party in Sonneberg, you know, that's obviously a joke because they're just like the NSDAP. But again, with Höcke, Kruppula, and Sesselmann, there were a large number of right-wing extremists, including Holocaust denier Nikolai Nerling and the right-wing extremist Compact Frage. This person, I guess. No. Kompaktfrage? Und das rechtsextreme Kompaktfrage. I don't know what Kompaktfrage is. Never heard of that before. They're tagging the Verfassungsschutz. How long do you need until you fucking outlaw them? Because I'm pretty sure Holocaust denial is illegal here, right? Like, you're not allowed to deny the Holocaust over here. So their slogans are such beautiful slogans like Germany first and Ami go home. For some reason, I saw this on a car recently and I was confused about it. Ami being American, obviously, with the American flag on the skull, and there's a bullet. I guess I don't really know where this comes from, this notion. I guess they're like, oh my god, too much American influence on us. Oh, this is anti-Ukraine stuff. Oh, okay. See, it's so many fucking layers. I don't even know yet. I'm learning though. We do not forgive. We do not forget. We are anonymous. Yes, this is an anonymous account. Oh yeah, they have quite a few followers as well. Oh, I saw this on a car around here. I was walking around. I'm like, amigo home. First of all, I was extremely dumb and I was like, doesn't that mean friend? Because I thought they meant it in French. Because, like, I don't think American, that's what I mean. Yeah. Also, Nazis think Germany is still occupied by the US. Nazis are literally so insane. Every time I learn of a new Nazi belief, I'm like, are you for real? Are you joking? Are you kidding? You must be kidding. It's just funny at this point. What the hell is going on in Germany? The same shit that's going on in America. Literally, it's all the same. You think something is different? No. You guys, like, you fuckers are literally the same as those Americans that you want to go home. Those fucking, the Republicans or whatever you're... I guess they're mad at Biden, I suppose. I don't even know. So this is what we're seeing over here in Germany. It's a good time. I honestly believe that they are there to protect us from corrupt politicians and such. You mean you mean Anonymous? Yeah. I don't know what Anonymous has been doing recently, but usually when the group Anonymous does something, you know, it's hard to categorize them as like one being because they're like an open group and you can do something and then attribute it to Anonymous, I guess. But they usually do good stuff, I think. So there are a lot of Americans in there, right? Right? No. Oh, wait. Yes. I just checked the Cicero article, and Nancy Faeser didn't at all say that she wants to proactively ban the AfD, one of the biggest conservative newspapers, just making stuff up. You know how they do. They're just gonna embellish stuff. They're gonna say things. Whatever comes to mind, you know, it's vibe-based journalism. Just vibe-based. I want to play my game with you. Okay, I need to set up the poll. Start a poll. I'm gonna start the poll before I even show you the image. Okay. Is this a pro or anti AfD post ? Don't worry, there's no text on it, so your German knowledge will not help or hinder you. And then you have one choice, you have two choices, pro or anti. Wait till you see the image. I'm gonna open up the image first. This is the image. And I want you to figure out whether this one is pro or anti-AfD. So I'm gonna describe this image to you. We see the Stolzmonat flag, we see Teletubbies, but instead of their antennas, they have the little AfD arrow thing. This is, of course, in Sonneberg, because that's where it's going down. And in the sun, which is usually a baby face, right? There's like a baby in the sun, is the face of Björn Höcke, who is the leader of the AfD in Thüringen. The AfD is a very far right-wing party in Germany. Do you think this is anti-AfD posting or pro-AfD posting? Do you think they're making fun, or is this like a celebration of things? Well, I just explained to you what you're looking at. Right? Please vote in the poll above. And I need your votes to come in. Keep those votes coming in. But I explained it to you. Teletubbies, you know Teletubbies? So they basically photoshopped the AfD into Teletubbies, I guess. I honestly don't know. I don't keep up with German politics. Fair. It is making fun, right? Well, is it? Is it making fun of them or not? I was very confused when I first saw this image, hence why I came up with the idea of the poll. This is the Stolzmonat flag. Also, the Brazilian flag looks way different. This is a Germany flag, but they made it a gradient instead of the normal 3 like bars for some reason. And then the whole Stolzmonat thing I also covered at some point. It's very silly. It's the AfD party and their friends LARPing. I genuinely have no clue. Honestly, relatable. Very relatable. My brain can't comprehend what's happening here. Yeah, it's the German lesbian flag. I don't know. It's so silly. It's the silliest thing. If this is from the AfD, they are making fun of themselves. Well, let's close our poll, okay? We will be closing our poll now. Make sure to get your votes in. If you have any idea. So far, it's looking like this seems to be an anti-AfD post. Well, we'll figure this out in a second, won't we? Oh yes. I'm gonna end the poll right here. Will the results pop up in chat, please? They usually do. Thank you. There it is. So people have voted that it's probably an anti-post. Here's the solution to our little puzzle. Well, this person has a Stolzmonat profile picture and has hashtagged this as nur noch AfD. So this was a pro-AfD post. Please learn how to meme better, Jesus Christ. I'm thinking, yeah, this profile picture is a pretty clear indicator, I think, that they are pro-AfD. Unless, of course, this is a psyop. But I don't know. Looks like it's pro, huh? Was I the only one who got it right? I mean, maybe it was. This seems to be a... Yep. This seems to be a pro AfD post. I'm still not 100% sure, but I mean, this person has a Stolzmonat profile picture. So yes, this is supposed to be good. This image is supposed to be like, hell yeah, the AfD is doing well. Which, how do you communicate that? By putting them on Teletubbies, which is a kids show. Okay, interesting. I voted for pro too, if that helps. Also, I don't know why. We'd be screaming right now. It's funny. It's very funny. There we go. Memes like this are the actual reason the AfD is surging. They're just making such good memes. That's such a great meme. Good job. Couldn't tell if you were making fun of your subject or if you were not making fun. Great job. Amazing. Persona 4 is winning. Persona 4 stay winning, always, obviously. It's very cringe. Also, I don't understand how this is supposed to be expressing support for the AfD. But I guess they probably are. I don't know. Unless, of course, this is like super duper ironic. This is possible. This could be super duper ironic. I don't know what else this person posts because I didn't go that deep into it. Maybe I should have. Wait, let me check. I can't free scroll Twitter, obviously. Yeah, no, you definitely... I'm pretty, yeah, you're pro-AfD. You are pro-AfD. It's so hard to tell because you're so bad at this. Aren't you? Okay. It's so weird. How hard can it be to figure out if this is pro or contra? Well, we now know. I'm just going to assume that they're a fan of the Teletubbies and don't get the irony of it. Probably. Maybe they really like the Teletubbies. I haven't seen the Teletubbies in a while. Maybe the Teletubbies really conveyed great, like, national pride and conservative values. I'm just not up to date on that at all. So that was great. I prepared a second one because we were pretty hyped for it, but I feel like this one was more of an afterthought. The first one was much more better. The first one was a better one. I'm gonna be clear with you right now, but I'll do it anyway. Is this pro-AfD or anti-AfD? I feel like this one might be a bit more obvious because I wanted to have a second one for the game, but I only thought of doing the game because I saw the first one. So, is this pro-AfD or anti-AfD? Pro and anti. I hope I put them in the same spot, otherwise that would be odd. I will ask my community after I show you the image. There, that's the same image again. I need this image. I feel like this one might be a little bit obvious, but either way, if you don't know German politics too well, this one will not be obvious. So here we see Merz. Wutopa Merz trat noch am Tag des Falls der Brandmauer dem Volkssturm bei. So basically, this is a reference to history. Merz is joining the AfD. As we see here, he's putting on his little helmet. It has the AfD logo on it. Merz is a CDU-Politiker. He's from the CDU party. This is referencing a comment that Merz has made recently, where he basically declared the Green Party as his enemy number one for some reason. So you can see in this illustration, it is depicted that Merz is joining the AfD. Now, is this a pro-AfD post or an anti-AfD post? I feel like it might be clear, but you know. Do you have a video about the basics of German politics? I should make that. Actually, that's such a good idea. Because that would be good for me too. Like, I'm so into American politics, we have a poll. Vote in the poll. Vote in the poll. I should make that. I've taken a photo of your comment. I should really make that, because that would be easier for everybody to get like up to date. And also that would help me get all of my facts straight, because I'm way more into American politics than I am into local politics to a certain degree. Why did I show the Teletubbies again? Because I want to torture you. To himself, they're portrayed negatively. Yeah, well, I mean, he didn't make the image, obviously. In either way, it's not necessarily pro-Merz. But is it pro-AfD is the question. Well, the poll seems to be indicating that this is in fact... Wait, I'm gonna end the poll right now. There are some videos out there as well, that's true. This post is in fact anti-AfD, and we have the solution right here. It is, you can... I did the research for this one. I can tell you this person is anti-AfD. So he put the original tweet says, Merz would have had so many prudent options to react to Sonnenberg. Alone completely caught up in his be afraid and fear strategy, like his fear-mongering strategy. He saw no other way out than to rhetorically join the AfD Volkssturm and call for a determined fight against the Greens. I know that I looked into this account a little bit more. They are indeed, as you correctly guessed, the helmet gave it away, I say. Yeah, probably, right? They are too much, the equation with the Nazis is too clear. Because apparently Mr. Merz wants to focus his efforts against the Green Party now in response to the results in Sonnenberg. I guess because a lot of people who voted AfD in Sonnenberg are vehemently anti-Green Party. That's not a guess, that's just a fact. And he probably thinks that if the CDU became more anti-Green Party again, that they would then gain votes again. I suppose. I could see some right-wingers LARPing with this image though, right? It's a little vague. It's a little vague. It could go both ways, I think. So hence why, you know, could have gone either way, but it's good. It's good. You got the victory. You got that. Very nice. It's a really distinct helmet, as it should be. I mean, well done drawing. Good job. Pretty clear of what you're trying to say. Good job. Meme review complete. So, yeah, I have not really looked into the Merz statements too much. Merz, Grüne, AfD, you know what I mean? This was recent. Can I see this in the news? Yeah, that's basically the gist of it. This headline tells you everything you need to know. Merz is saying that they want to be more harsh towards the Green Party, more vehemently against the Green Party. No, I missed the poll. Oh no, you missed the second poll. I'm sorry. I did keep them up for very short. That's true. It's a very short time for the polls. 0 out of 2 for me. I mean, you have the American debuff, okay? You have the American debuff. It's fine. The Germans did have a little bit of an advantage in this one, I think. So, yeah, Friedrich Merz is concluding from this AfD triumph in Sonnenberg that he should be harsher towards the Green Party and be more trying to counter the Green Party, which is interesting. And apparently these are the people whose Twitter account we looked at in Thuringia. They were congratulating the AfD when they succeeded, when they won the vote, when they won the election. They were apparently congratulating them. But then later they backpedaled on Twitter and said that they would never accept them or do a coalition with them or anything of the sort. So I guess they first congratulated and then backpedaled. So yeah, you know how they usually do. Did I miss a poll? And Teletubbies? Man, I'm so sorry. Yeah, you missed the Teletubbies poll. It happens sometimes. Merz is gonna pull a Hindenburg on us. Oh no. I really wonder what Merkel thinks about this. I feel like a statement from her could turn things around. That would be interesting, right? Mutti Merkel, where are you? Where are you right now? What are you doing? I would like to hear from her. I would like to hear from her as well. I feel like that would be interesting. So we finally managed. We concluded talking about Thüringen. Thüringen be normal challenge. It will never happen. When are the next Landtagswahlen in Thüringen? I think I should just close all of my tabs for now that I have. I sure hope I don't have anything important open, because I've now closed them all. Very nice. Merkel is turning in her grave. She's not even dead! But yes, she is. I think so too. No, Victor, you don't understand. It was bad, man. The Teletubbies were horrifying. Well, they were pretty good. You can find them in the VOD, in the VOD, or the video that I will make out of this, hopefully, if I sit down and cut all of this talking down, because, God, I have talked a lot during this segment. Holy shit. Well, we've concluded talking about Thüringen. That's pretty good. The Kick Saga. The Kick Saga is a whole thing. This is international again. No more German politics, only streaming websites. This goes back. This was last week as well. We were doing a lot of talking about last week, I guess. But it still continues. People are still talking about this. They all had the Nike symbol over their head, except it was red, Victor. You cannot imagine the horror. True, it is kind of a ripoff of the Nike symbol in a sense, but it's also an arrow. So, you know Kick. Kick is a streaming website. It's platform. It's owned by stake.com, which is a gambling website, which is the main problem that everybody is talking and arguing about. We have a new Asmongold video about this, and a response from Ostnox. Ostnox is the editor of Hassan. He talked about this a lot on Twitter recently, and XQC talked about it with Pokimane. A lot of things, okay? People are discussing this because, of course, XQC has taken a deal with the website, so obviously he's gonna defend them. I don't know why the fuck XQC is always drawing stuff in paint now when he's on calls with people, but whatever. You gotta put something on screen, I suppose. It's Twitch politics. It is. Yeah, it's Twitch. It's streaming politics in general, which is funny. It's funny to be on YouTube while all of this is going down, because you feel like Switzerland, kind of, you know, you're like the party who isn't... I'm not in this conflict at all. I'm on YouTube. I'm a YouTube streamer. I don't stream on Twitch or Kick. I'm not affiliated with any of that. Yeah, I did not see... I have this linked, right? Here's the entire full debate, but I haven't seen it. This reminds me actually that I wanted to look at this video and try to like find some moments in it that I could react to, because I'm not gonna watch the whole video on stream. God knows I'm not gonna do that. Apparently it was a very civil discussion though, so I won't. Oh yeah, Hassan said that AOT is mecha anime. It kinda is. I guess I haven't watched the newer season, but you know, it's a very similar premise. So XQC is arguing with Pokey right now. This was a little while ago, almost a week ago at this point, Jesus, that Kick is not Stake and not linked to crypto gambling at all, despite being owned by Stake.
Stake always will. I'm sure Stake will, right? I'm sure that website will not. Stake will not become some charity thing. No, that will always remain gambling. But what I'm saying is that
What are we arguing?
Yeah, it's literally
because
gamba.
Stake isn't Kick. Kick is Kick. This is like, it's a
Kick,
project. It's a thing that they're doing.
If Stake wasn't Kick, why is Stake funding them in their entirety?
Wait.
Are they different things? Yeah, but you can't just ignore the link between them.
Stake always will.
I agree with Pokimane. There's a very obvious link between Kick and Stake. I wanted to talk about this again because another video came up on my timeline. It's this one. This one was more recent. Asmongold was looking into some of the behind the scenes of Kick and found this. It's gonna load in a second. It says here, Asmongold, there's no D in there. I don't know why I wrote it with a D. Discovers Kick streaming is hard-coded to always feature 2 Stake gambling streams in the top 5 recommended sidebar. Curious, odd, weird, perhaps, as well as 1 slot always reserved for a Stake stream in the 3 featured streams on the site's homepage.
Kick's recommended seems to reserve the 3rd and 5th spots for gambling streams. There's a chance that could be the case. I mean, listen, obviously they're going to make money off of gambling. This would probably be smart to do. Who cares, bro? People are so weird about that. Yes, people are so
And now his amazing take incoming. Listen.
weird about this, like trying to prove, oh, it's actually gambling. Oh, they're trying to get you to gamble. They want you to gamble. They want you to get. Oh, I don't give. Who gives a fuck about this? Who cares? Who fucking cares?
Amazing take.
Just don't gamble, you fucking idiot.
Groundbreaking take
Holy
from
shit.
Asmongold.
Kicks
Amazing.
recommended.
Just don't gamble. It's like, just don't drink alcohol, just don't be addicted to stuff. Where's Isabel? Where's our local gambling addict? I need a local gambling addict input. Oh, you watched the Nick is Not Green video about this. But if you have Aiden Ross as a poster boy of your website, that's already pretty bad. Yeah, I agree. Oh, I agree. Asmongold. His fucking take is just don't gamble. Huh? Okay, just don't be addicted to things. Yeah, that's obviously nothing. What an idiotic take. But apparently, it seems to be confirmed that Kick literally promotes their gambling website. Isn't just owned by it, which is of course a passive endorsement, but also just actively promotes it in their streams and everything. So that's another reason. That's a strong reason why I would also not consider streaming on Kick. Obviously, their gambling ties are very, very strong, and you will, if you bring viewers over to Kick, you will be advertising gambling to them, and you gotta be okay with that if you want to stream on Kick. Local e-boy solves all addiction live on stream. Woo! Yeah, literally. Asmongold is not the brightest. He does have his based moments, though. It happens, right? I mean, even XQC has his based moments, too, right? But moments are not enough always. Oh yeah. So, here, Aiden Ross showed porn on Kick. That's not possible anymore, though. You can't show porn on Kick anymore, so why even go? I'm kidding, of course. Asmongold must have had a debuff on his intelligence during that clip, which makes sense, because he said, in said clip, he's logged into Reddit. True, he is logged into Reddit, which will give you a debuff. That's very, very accurate. Very true, sadly. Some people have good takes, even like people who have consistently bad takes very often sometimes have good takes. It happens. Austinox tagged Charlie again, because Austinox and Charlie had like a whole conversation about it on Twitter, which is probably why Hassan and Charlie talked about it on stream, I'm assuming. And God, his replies were always very long. That's also what Juniper said down here. Watch out, bro is about to break out a 4,000 character post again. They are very long. Charlie made very long replies to that, which I understand, but it's a bit hard to read on Twitter of all sites. Might not be a debuff, might be a build issue. Perhaps, yes. So, bad take, but this basically proves what everybody's been thinking about. Obviously, if you send people over to Kick, you get to promote gambling. See, this is a little snippet of the debate.
So how little you could get like 12
Can you pause? Thank you. So this is a little snippet of the debate. Again, I have the whole debate in there, but that's like 30 something minutes long, and I don't want to do that. Even a broken analog clock gets it right twice a day. That is what they say, and it's quite true, isn't it? What was Charlie's take again? Good question. I wanted to look for those. I wanted to look for that conversation, but then I didn't find it. I think he was basically saying that people should not be demonizing Kick, especially if they stream on Amazon. I was gonna say no. If they stream on Amazon-owned Twitch, because Amazon is not a good company either. Neither is Stake. However, Amazon is not immediately like, if you're a Twitch viewer, you're not being conscripted into working in the Amazon factories. While if you're a Kick viewer, you may be coerced. It's possible that you're going to be coerced into gambling on the stake.com website, which is the difference in those two, I would say. But how will this whole issue affect Rumble? We gotta think about the Rumble. So, Osnox posts here. What about consumerism and addiction to shopping and stuff like that? Brother, when I go to fucking Amazon to spend $10, I spend 200. Ah shit, because it's shit. Maybe it's because I'm rich. I'm out of touch. My bad. That is what XQC said. Okay, I mean we're gonna listen to the clip right now in a debate with a VOD of Hassan and Moist Critical on steak versus Amazon.
You know, because of how little you could get like 12-year-olds to fucking sign on with their mommy's credit card to go and gamble.
Yeah, those wacky little digits.
What about consumerism and like addiction to shopping and shit like that? I mean, I don't want to sound obtuse. I mean, I don't want to be whataboutism. That's kind of like whataboutism. But I mean, brother, when I go to fucking Amazon to spend $10, I spend 200. Ah, shit, maybe it's because I'm rich. I'm fucking stupid. I'm out of touch. My bad.
On the back. And I totally understand that for sure. It's just as it currently stands, like while the service Amazon provides is obviously far less harmful than the service steak provides.
You know, because of how
Slay. Very good job. I love that take. Okay, that's a funny clip. But I think they're conceding here. From what I heard in the background of their actual debate, I think that's probably true. Well, thanks, XQC. Good take. Good take. Nice rebound. He was like, oh, wait, this is... Look, he can reflect on his own statements a little bit. That's fun. That's pretty fun. Help, my dog is smothering me with cuddles. Oh no, whatever will you do? Arnar, what can you do? See, I have the whole video here, but we're not gonna watch the whole video. Like I said, I don't have the time for that. It's 40 minutes even.
Said like, I don't think like every single streamer that is taking a bag from
Look, I have this video thing now.
Steak in this regard are like directly participating in that sort of thing. Which is what
I feel like, okay, I'm not gonna watch this whole thing. Yes, Tenchi's also telling me, don't watch this whole thing. You cannot watch this whole thing. Tenchi, do you want to come here? Do you want to tell the chat what you think? Do you want to tell stream? XQC is an honest, sometimes dumb dude. Yeah, I don't like hate XQC or anything. Sometimes I think he's quite like nice and stuff. Like he seems quite funny sometimes, but some of his takes are very bad. Hi, Type, how are you? You missed a whole Germany segment. Doggy barkies, but Doggy don't want to come here, as you heard, or rather you didn't hear the tippy tappies, so he's not coming here. Like, he's not completely wrong about shopping addiction, but dude went from 10 to like 1,000 out of nowhere. Yeah, he's not wrong about shopping addiction, but I don't think that Amazon, like, directly promotes that. They also don't promote themselves at all on Twitch. Like, you don't see, like, okay, sometimes you do actually see that, but... That's not the same thing. Like, you don't see shopping streams on Twitch a lot. They exist. Sometimes you do like, oh, I gave my chat my credit card and they got to buy everything they wanted on Amazon for like $1,000. But that's not the norm. You don't have one of those on the front page every time you log into Twitch. And Twitch has problems. Twitch has different problems. Twitch also still has a gambling problem. I'm pretty sure they didn't solve that completely or anything like that. But yeah, Steak and Kick is different. Who are these two? That is Moist Critical and Hassan. But we're not going to be watching all of that. They just had a very long conversation about the whole situation. The entire disagreement they had between being pro-Kick, I guess, and being anti-Kick. I suppose that is the crux of this debate. But like I said, it's 40 minutes long. I can't watch all that. And I didn't pre-watch it, so I can't just show you the highlights because I forgot to do that. A lot of people in the comments are saying that it's not a debate, but an incredibly civil conversation. And I would say a debate can be incredibly civil. I don't think a debate needs to be spicy. Some debates are not spicy. Some debates are mild and civil conversations. Not all debates are screaming over each other. But I mean, these are Hassan fans, and Hassan fans are a bit burned by debates, I guess. I think they have a very negative view of debates in general because, you know, of how Hassan talks about them. So I guess that's why those comments are there. Debates can be civil. It happens. Okay, I have to go to the gym now. Have a good gym. Have a good gym thing. I agree. Debates should be mild, well-mannered conversations. I think sometimes debates can be a little bit spicier, and sometimes that's fun and good. But the most productive debates are probably, at least for like the people involved in the debate, the most productive debates are like civil ones. Screaming over each other, of course, is never good. That's never productive. But like there's a space between screaming over each other and complete civility. Somewhere between there is the best debate because it's the most fun to watch. Somewhere there. Yeah, I mean, people do a lot of, people argue on an emotional basis a lot, and there's two reasons for that. Sometimes I think it's quite justified to let your emotions interfere with your debate, I guess. Sometimes it makes a lot of sense that that does happen. Because you know what a lot of people do when they search for debate partners? Like, let's say you're like a person who has the opinion, trans men aren't men. Then you search for a debate partner who is a trans man, and then it's personal. You can only really leave your emotions out of the debate if you're not personally affected by the subject matter that's being discussed, or at least not greatly personally affected by the subject matter. It makes a lot of sense. Like, you have to be very, very level-headed if you can have a debate with somebody who is basically debating the standpoint, the position that you are not a real person, you shouldn't have rights, you as a person are like wrong and everything. It makes a lot of sense why those sorts of debates can get a bit emotional. Should they? No, it's not the best strategy to get emotional about this, but I just think it's understandable that it happens. Yeah, that would be tough. That would be a tough nut to debate rationally. Yeah, exactly. Like, you can still do it, you just need to be a very level-headed person, and I guess that's a bit tough. I don't know. What could I be debated on that is like personal? Asexuality isn't real. That one, I guess, that's personal, but I don't know if I would get heated about that. I feel like I'm pretty level-headed. Usually, I like to get heated for fun, but if I don't wanna, I could. I totally missed the stream playing Cyberpunk. Hello, Caliban. You missed the Germany segment. Look at this huge Germany segment. God, I'm gonna make a video out of it though, so stay tuned for that. The only other one, oh yeah, that's the full one. That's all about the kick thing. I don't know if there's more progress there. The last thing that came out was the Asmongold thing, because that seemed pretty interesting. I saw some more. Like I said, you don't have to be anime to be a VTuber. And we could debate VTuberism. We could debate VTuberism. That would be fun. I think that would be one reason why I would do pretty well at debate. I think I can stay level-headed, even if somebody gets personal on a certain level. I don't think I would mind too much. I think I can be chill in debates. I say that having never debated anyone. Aside from school that one time. We did debate in school one time and I loved it. Still don't know how to set up debates. Do I just go on Twitter and be like, hey, debate me, bros? To the general orbit? Like, send me an email. I don't know how to get that. The state of German politics makes me rage at the moment, so maybe it's better to have missed it. Valid and real and fair. We talked about Thüringen specifically, so also very understandable. Vosh is not real. It's a made-up persona for Zecke to brag about. Well, isn't everything in our head at the end of the day anyway? I'd be willing to debate you about this stuff, but like, you gotta... We can practice. It's like a practice debate. Do you actually believe that? I like internet debates where people actually believe their talking points, though. Debating through letters, like in the olden days. Oh my god, yeah, like philosophers. Philosophers do that all the time. They're like, this is me debunking your theory because it sucks. And then you get... Well, they don't even do it through letters all the time. Sometimes they just write their, like, books. They debate each other through books. We gotta get back to that, honestly. I often debate my friends for fun. It's a great challenge to get your arguments in line. So true. I talked to one of my friends, who's also a Voshite, who's Siska in chat when they are in chat, and she's sometimes in chat. And she already said she would debate me for, like, funsies, for practice. And I'm like, scary. I would like to, but scary. Debate on horseback. Yeah, for the vibes, you know, for the vibes. We have the Nina graduation to talk about, and technically we wanted to look at more Nusagi trope videos, but also that's painful. Don't know if I wanna. And we should deny and make conspiracy theories about why Wash is not real, like a paid actor and all of that. Let's go. That would be funny. I guess a good point would be why be a VTuber instead of a regular streamer. Both do the same thing, though VTubers have extra steps. That's a fun conversation topic. Yeah, I would be willing to talk about that. True. I could do that. All my debate experience is debating with my mom on whatever things she wanted to mess with me about. That's cute. if it's friendly. Was it friendly debates or was it like heated debates? I can't tell from that one comment, to be fair. Do we actually want to watch Nusagi's videos though? That's a good question. That's a great question. We should talk about Nina's graduation quickly before we talk about anything else. If you follow VTuber news at all, you will have heard about this. Niji Sanji is issuing yet another announcement of graduation, and this time it's Nina Kosaka, which everybody was very, very surprised by. Nobody saw this one coming. Me neither. I didn't see this one coming, obviously. I mean, I'm not really in the space. I am kind of. I watch the news sometimes, but I don't watch a lot of VTubers, company VTubers, that is. I don't watch a lot of company VTubers right now. Oh, it was mostly friendly. Well, that's good. That's cute then, Joestar. That's cute and good. Unfortunately, 4 years of dealing with bad faith right-wingers killed my will to debate stuff. See, I'm still fresh. Put me in, coach. Put me in. Put me in. I'm not jaded yet. Honestly, though, that was literally what I was thinking. I'm like, okay, I see this. So is she gonna re-debut with VShojo next? Literally. Or like as an indie, I guess. Maybe as an indie. I could see that for her, but VShojo is also right there. Nina's graduation. So they did the usual letter thing that they always do, like, okay, at this date, and then they'll private all the everything. We'll cease all library activities, will be made private, sale of merchandise will be stopped gradually, etc., etc. That's the usual thing. They didn't cite any like reasons, and she wrote a whole letter that also didn't cite any reasons much. We just see like a tiny bit of reasons. Zecke only watches smaller VTubers. I do. I'm on the team smaller VTubers. I like them better. They're my friends. I like to watch my friends and politics people. And so far there are no... Oh my god. Well, I mean, I'm trying to be that, but man, I would love to watch VTuber politics people. I mean, I am literally that, but I can't watch well, I do watch myself as well when I make my videos. Anyway, I really don't want to read this stuff though. Thank you for reading it for me. Yeah, I don't read these, but I'll read it out loud for you. We'll just be reading this now. For a long time during her streams, Nina periodically said things like, I won't always be here. I remember, oh, okay. So maybe it was a little bit of a hint, my friends. And Vash, yeah, Vash is obviously my bestie. We're such good friends. Definitely. Real, not joking at all. I would never joke about such a thing. I'm on the team smaller VTubers, and even after you grew some inches. True. I hate to say it, but I agree with Zecke. I like smaller VTubers. I don't feel like I'm drowning in an ocean of comments. I like people who interact with their chat. Like, even bigger streamers like Vosh and even Hassan still interact with their chat. It feels like you have the chance to be heard in their chat still. With VTubers, it's not that much the case, at least as far as I know. But I don't watch them that much. Maybe they also read chat more than I think. And even now, Nina is constantly talking about maybe it's because of stress. Yeah, I think it's personal reasons. Anyway, I will read this to you now. I'm gonna be reading this for a bit, okay? To all my sweet and darling honeys, I would like to announce my upcoming graduation. My time with you and Niji Sanji Ian has been incredible. From Etheria's debut in October 2021. God, they're so new. I always forget. To now. Our time together has been filled with admiration, excitement, and happiness. Every single week, I get to stream to this incredible community and to the larger Niji Sanji Ian fandom, who have all been so welcoming, loving, kind, and patient. My heart is full of gratitude for each and every one of you. Thank you for walking alongside me on this journey. It's a lot of just thanking people and talking about how nice things has been, which I guess is a good way to formulate a graduation letter, right? You've all changed my life in such a dramatic and positive ways. I have laughed, cried, grown, and most importantly felt a sense of acceptance, accomplishment, and belonging from all of you. Thank you for giving me this gift. Very sweet. My fellow livers are some of the most creative, hardworking, and kind-hearted people that I have ever had the pleasure of working with. I'm not sure how to describe it, but they motivate me to think outside the box and do better, do more. Seeing how dedicated they are to this community and fandom fills me with so much joy to be alongside such great people. It's a lot of gratitude, it's a lot of nice words. That's nice. It's a very normal graduation letter, and it's very sweet, and I think it's a good thing to post generally. The reasoning I don't like in being in big streamers chat is because I move so fast. I can't see what everyone's saying. That's fair. That is very fair. I feel like, yeah, some of them go too fast. That's just true. That's just true. I wonder what the numbers are. At which point does it move too fast that you can't read anything anymore? Because even in fucking Hassan's chat, I can sometimes read something. Maybe it's because of the settings on Twitch. Maybe it's because of Chatterino specifically that you can sometimes read certain chat messages still. I don't really know. This doesn't have to be a nefarious reason all the time for leaving a job. Exactly, yeah, sometimes you just gotta leave. And everybody's always looking for drama, which I also understand, especially with Niji Sanji, as they've been in the middle of a lot of controversies, especially regarding graduations recently. So everybody's on guard about this sort of stuff, especially if it comes kind of suddenly like this. But it doesn't have to be. Yeah, 15,000 plus. That's the point where it gets too fast. I guess so. Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of viewers, isn't it? To Etheria, who have shown me true friendship and understanding that I didn't always deserve. Aw, don't be like that. I thank you. You have been my pillars of support, my confidence, and now I'm proud to call you my friends. I could not have asked for a better group of people to have had this journey with. You all work so hard, you all love so much, and above all, you are such incredible women, and I truly hope 2023 will bring you even more success, more luck, more opportunities. Thank you for understanding my reasons to leave. Thank you for offering your support to me, and thank you once again for all the kindness that you have continued to show me. Very sweet. Etheria, it's very cute. It's a cute stream. And yet Nina, yeah, we're talking about Nina. I know. It is very sad for people who used to watch her a lot. I'm indifferent sounds so mean, but it's kind of my feelings towards it. I didn't watch her live a lot. I liked her fair enough. When I saw her clips, I liked her and all of that stuff, but since I wasn't a regular watcher, this will not affect me very much. As exciting as this experience was, it was also overwhelmingly humbling. I began to realize there was a gap forming between what my fellow livers were delivering and what I wanted to deliver and what you all deserved. I wasn't able to perform up to the standard I had set for myself, and so I came to the conclusion we have here today. I will be departing from Niji Sanji En to pursue my own growth, to develop my skill and talents without the pressure of performing every day at a standard below my aspirations and goals. I guess this is the paragraph. That is the paragraph that people have been talking about the most, as I've seen so far, because this is the paragraph that kind of gives you a reason behind the graduation, or like the only one that sort of gives a reason, which is that she doesn't feel like her skills are at the same level as her fellow gen mates, I suppose, which I find it kind of toxic. I guess the culture is a bit toxic, not of Nina herself or even of the generation or anything, just the general company VTuber culture expects a lot from their streamers. This would never be the case for any other streamer. Like people who stream, like, I don't know, Hassan, Asmongold, Charlie, they're not gonna be like, oh, I don't have enough skills to offer. I don't think they would think about it like that, because they're not in an environment where that is sort of pushed and where everybody is expected to be like especially skilled in many different fields. Usually live streamers who are just live streamers who do their thing, they just do their thing. They niche down on whatever kind of content they want to make, and they're not putting themselves under pressures that are the same types of pressures like this. Maybe they would think that their content, they still struggle with thoughts like that, I'm sure, that their content isn't good enough, that they're not pulling the types of numbers that they're supposed to be pulling, but this specifically is talking about skills and talents, skill and talent and stuff like that, which is very different. It's like idol culture again, yeah, where this whole thing is derived off of, which, gosh, Hololive and its effects on VTubing. In this manifesto, the fact that idol culture is so much equated with VTubing is kind of weird, because the content that they put out at the end of the day, a lot of it is just playing games and chilling with their chat and all of that. That's what a lot of viewers want from streamers in general and VTubers as well. And you don't need to be able to be like a fucking like trained singer or anything to be a VTuber. Obviously, I think that's obvious. You don't need to be a dancer. You don't need to be able to do all of this stuff, because people just want to hang out with you in your chat and like watch you talk about stuff. But because it's so linked with idol culture, a lot of people think they need to be trained dancers, singers, and everything that an idol needs to be in order to be able to be VTubers, which is not at all true. What exact skills can it be, I wonder? Cute voice, ability to sing and be cute, maybe, right? It's like, these demands just don't exist in other spaces. That's why Hololive right now is an entertainment company and not an idol company. But they have totally, like, they have paved the way for making VTubing equivalent to, like, idol lifestyle. And even a lot of indies emulate that as well. It's just the vibe that VTubing has is that you are an idol, which is odd. It's odd, especially because idol culture itself is so toxic, you know? The idol thing did not work out at the start, so changes happened. And I mean, changes are still happening, and I think they're going to continue to happen. And I think the landscape of VTubing in general is going to look very different in a year or so. Give it a year or so, the landscape will have changed a lot. And probably for the better, because people will get out of this mindset of this rigid idea of what a VTuber has to be. I've seen somebody, I don't know his name. I follow him on Twitter. I follow him on YouTube too. Let me see if I can find him, okay? Let's go to my YouTube front page and hope nothing embarrassing shows up. No, seems good. Seems good, probably. I don't know. This is a VTuber. And it's not you. I'm trying to find them in my subscriptions, but there you are! You. You are a cool VTuber. It's a commentary VTuber channel. For the most part, pretty based, as far as I know. Toledo also has a Twitter, and he also talked about this. VTubing is not a genre. All my homies hate idol culture. Let's go. VTubing is not a genre. VTubing is a form. Is a way of producing media, you know? Like, you're still a streamer. You can adopt any sort of genre that you want. You don't have to stream even. You can make videos like he does. I don't think he streams. I don't know. Like, it's the medium. It's not the genre. Yeah, he's very based. You should watch him. This is my recommendation. Oh my god, I thought he was way bigger. Is he new? I guess he hasn't been posting for that long. I thought he was a way bigger channel. Yeah, he's great. He has good takes. He tweeted this recently. Oh my god, it's so zoomed in. I always forget. I don't remember. Stop being weird. I like that. You tweet enough. You tweet too much. I don't know. He tweeted about this recently. I can't find the tweet right now. I think that this is not a genre. VTubing is not a genre of content. VTubing is a medium through which to produce content of all sorts of genres. You can be and do anything. Exactly. You could be a fishing VTuber. You could be anything. It's literally true. Yeah, and the way, because VTubing is so dominated by these agencies and no other like medium or genre or anything, like no niche of content creation is so dominated by agencies, I feel like, as VTubing is, because usually it's independent people, at least at the start, and then maybe they'll build an agency or something like that, or they'll join like a streaming house, they'll move into a streaming house. But usually people start off on their own and build their own unique brand, and they're not under a different brand. But for VTubing, that's very much the norm. One of the very few black VTubers, yeah, and he's based. Love him already. True, right? True. Absolutely. He's great. This is my recommendation of today. Is this guy. What software does one use for VTubing? Is it accessible? Yes, I think it's quite accessible. Like, you need a few. There's a few different softwares that you can use. Like, I made my model in Live2D myself. I drew it in Procreate. Now, Live2D is a subscription-based service, but you could technically model your model in the free trial. Or, of course, sometimes there's other ways of accessing software, if you know what I mean. I wouldn't know, of course. I am not familiar with these sorts of things. Obviously, I pay for all of my software always. And the software that runs this model is VTuber Studio, which I use for free on Steam. It's on Steam for free, so that's fair. Big streamers, I just put them on in the background. Yeah, that's very fair. Nina was a small streamer with a camera before VTubing. A lot of people are, and then they get into the companies, and then I'm innocent, of course. Yeah, of course I'm innocent. Indie VTubers just feel like pen pals with boundaries, TBH. I guess it depends. It does depend. It's always tough with like smaller streamers as well, like how you view them and all of that stuff. Time to let go of VTuber agencies and form a VTuber union. Let's unionize. No more agencies. Yeah, honestly, with every month, with every week that passes, I'm more critical of agencies and how they function. There's pros, of course, to agencies, as in they they provide opportunities to people to blow up and get huge numbers immediately. But I don't even know if that's a good thing necessarily. I don't know if that's a good thing anymore at this point. I also like this one, by the way. This tweet that I've been hovering on for a while. I haven't seen this yet. This is a very good tweet. This is something that I've talked about. How someone... Sorry. I hate that if you can't click on this shit. Someone having a cute / hot design or sometimes making spicy jokes does not mean it's completely okay to sexually harass and say disgusting fucked up crap that you wouldn't say to someone's face IRL. Like, I don't know how the fuck consent is controversial in the VTuber community, but it is. Stop being weird. That's literally that's like the video that I made. Oh my god, we're so in tune. We should collab. Hey, friend. Hi, Toledo. How are you? We should collaborate. We have the same sort of opinions and stuff. Wouldn't that be cool? I don't know what we would collaborate on, but we totally should collaborate on something. VTuber union sounds like a good thing, though. True. Well, I mean, you come into a stream and you talk to them and ask how they are doing and stuff like that, and you listen to their plans and have stuff for stream, and it feels neighborly. I guess so, kind of, maybe. I don't know. I'm thinking. I'm thinking about it. Sort of. It feels closer, of course, because there's not like an insane amount of people around. The craziest thing is that the same discussion, that's the same discussion that people have regarding cosplayers. True. Cosplay does not equal consent, and all of that is still an issue in the year of our Lord 2023. I don't know how that's possible, but it's still an issue. Man, I agree. Should I reply to this? Be like, yeah, I recently made a video about this. No, I'm not gonna link my fucking video under his tweet. That's weird. I just wanna establish friendship. You know how I usually establish friendship with both like normal people as well as content creators? I wanna, not like friendship, but like, hey, I want you to know that I exist. I usually do fan art. I like to do fan art for people. Be like, look, I appreciate your content. Cool, bye now. That sort of thing. Slava, nah. I don't know if I would agree with that. Friendo. Slava. Somehow in skill issue. It is a skill issue, isn't it? It's an offering. I bring an offering. I bring an offering to them. Like, hey, this is a sign of my appreciation. You know what I mean? Well, yes. Just say you agree with what he has to say and you like his content. I mean, yeah, I can. But I want to, that's also the thing that I do, is like, I want to offer something to the situation. Wait, we didn't read all of them. There's still one more slide to read. Whoops. I wanted to read all of these slides. Still a thing. I always want to like offer something and not just be like, yes, I agree. Okay, no, I need to provide some content as well if I post anything anywhere. It seems to me that the difference here is only in presentation of vulgar jokes. If someone is, if a person seems like a creepy nerd, a person will not like it. If the joke is written well, then it's fine. I mean, it does depend. Presentation is an important part, obviously, of online communication, because that's all you have at the end of the day. Like, the only way, same with flirting with women, in a way, because if you present yourself well and stuff, then that's the only way that you're communicating with this person. So they can only infer your intentions from the way that you phrased your comment. And if it's phrased in a way that isn't like weird or off-putting or offensive or whatever, you know, then it's fine, because it didn't offend. It didn't creep them out. You know what I mean? I don't know if I phrased that well. Anyway, last slide of the Nina slides. I wanted to read this for you. I still haven't. I will give my heart and soul to you for the remainder of my time in Niji-Sanji, and I will give my all to every single stream we have left together, whether you are a long-time honey bunny, that's the name for her fans, very cute, or it's your first time passing through. You know that you are welcome to my streams, always. Please stop by so I can give you a tiny bit more luck that you can keep safely in your heart. My final stream will be on Friday, July 7th, so that is in a couple of days, in 13 days, right? No, in 10 days, isn't it? Do we have 31? No. Yeah, that's in 10 days. One last favor I ask before I go, please do not ask other Niji-Sanji for their thoughts and comments about the graduation. should be common courtesy, I think. This is also a difficult time for them. Give them all your love and support. Once again, thank you, I love you, and looking forward to seeing you. Your Fox mom, Nina Kosaka of Nichi-Sanji EN's third wave Etheria. That's a good statement. I think she said everything that she wanted to say, probably. It's a pretty all-encompassing statement she's made. It's a good statement. You know, I think people can be pretty happy with this, as happy as you can be when you are hit with news like that, if you were a fan of hers. I think they'll be fine. I can't have luck on me. Sometimes I watch Kyla streams. I got people so depressed yesterday. Of course, yeah, people were sad about this. People are gonna be sad about this because this is a thing with VTubers, right? When a VTuber graduates, it's not the same as when a normal person, you know, and another person stops streaming, because all of their content will be privated and oftentimes people don't talk about them anymore that much. I'm kind of joking about the union thing, but I believe there is such a thing for VTubers here. I've seen tweets about indies getting together in a group to boost each other and share live streaming tips. I mean, yeah, I guess that's kind of like a union, isn't it? That's true, but sometimes I'm a little weary of these sort of coalitions because sometimes they end up just being like weird cliques, you know? I don't know. I've never been in any of them, so I cannot speak from experience. But from the outside, sometimes I see fallout of those sorts of things. Russian VTubers did that. That's nice. I was more sad after Pikami, but no more sad. No more sad now. Yeah, Pikami is back, and we'll have to see and wait and see, I suppose, if Nina's gonna stream somewhere else again. And if we find out about that, if Nina streams, you know, in a different life, that sort of thing. Yeah, it's almost like the death of a celebrity because their whole character fades away and, well, fades away, isn't used anymore, okay? Their model isn't used anymore. All of that. The name isn't used anymore. The image isn't used anymore. That's weird. Being more of a group of friends, making references to each other, not like bound by corporate norms and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, friends will happen. I mean, I have VTuber friends too, at least like a few, you know, or people that I sometimes talk to and with and all of that. And it's nice to have some friends in the community. I guess that just happens naturally if you talk to other people. Not everybody talks to other people, to be fair. So much VTuber lost media. It's so true. Lost media, it's getting lost all the time because the company VTubers have to delete their stuff after they graduate or get fired, worst of all. Sometimes they get to stay up, like I'm pretty sure Sana's channel is still up after she graduated, but that's not the norm. Usually they don't stay up. She responded to this at some point. She said that it would be like the best thing to have it deleted, so it's in her wishes to have her content deleted, but I find that a bit I don't like that very much, that the content always has to get deleted. Always makes me sad seeing people graduate, even if I've never heard of them before. Yeah, I mean, I'm not like sad or anything because I haven't watched them. It's like, okay, they're moving on. They, especially if it's not like a firing or anything, they wanted to do this, so I can't be too sad. It's what she wanted to do after all. And of course I didn't watch her, so I'm not personally invested or anything, but makes you wonder. I wonder if she's gonna be streaming somewhere else, because if she's streaming somewhere else, I feel like that always puts kind of a different perspective on it all. It's like, okay, well, why did you have to leave Nichi-Sanji and stream somewhere else? Why did that happen? But so far we don't know yet if she's going to be streaming somewhere else or not, but you know, the internet will figure that out. The internet will figure that out. Oh, I had a call an hour ago. Who called me? I don't know. Somebody called me an hour ago. I don't usually get calls. Very odd. Let's see, I'll cry after Hassan's graduation. I mean, if Hassan wants to stop streaming, you know, that's on him. If he wants to. If he wants to do that. But yeah, I would be, of course, I would care a little bit more if like Vosh or Hassan stopped streaming, obviously, because I actually watch them, like, pretty regularly. That makes a whole lot more sense, but we'll see. We'll see. So that was, I mean, okay, technically I had this here, but I didn't even have a link to it. So I didn't promise that I would necessarily do that, and we reached our 3-hour mark, so technically that was all that I wanted to talk about today. Also funny, I was digging up stuff about the Submersible, and I have a little bookmarks bar, right? And in my bookmarks bar, I have a folder that I've called content, in which I collect accounts, Twitter and YouTube mostly at the moment, of people I wouldn't want to subscribe to for optics reasons, but I would want to like stay up to date a little bit. And of course, I'm thinking about the Submersible. I'm like, I wonder if Rev made a video about the Submersible, and if so, what his opinion was. I'm pretty sure, I was thinking to myself at the time, he would condemn people making jokes about it. And alas, I go over to the channel, and what do I see? Yeah, of course he's condemning people making jokes about the Submersible. Who would have thought? I am not surprised. But I'm not gonna watch it. Ain't got no time. Crunchy soda can underwater. I like your take on it. We were talking about Nina's graduation. Yes, that was the latest thing that we talked about. And now we're wrapping up. We're wrapping up stream. Someone says you have to try everything. Every single thing. Yeah, you have to experience it first, maybe. People you wouldn't subscribe to? I hope I'm not on the list. No, you're not on the list. I'm pretty sure I am subscribed to you, I thought. I don't know, though. I've seen people say, yeah, I saw that too. They died over wokeness. Meanwhile, the whole staff of the fucking submarine is, like, mostly old white men and some women. Okay, sorry, there were some women there. It's so fucking funny. He would probably say something like that. I would not be surprised if that was the take, but I don't feel like watching it. I'm fine without watching it this time, I think. There are more airplanes in the ocean than subs in the air. It's true. Probably. Yeah, they use the controller to steer it. It's just made to be fucking funny at this point. Okay, she got a list. Yes, I have a list. It's not a Hitman list, though. Just some people's, like, Twitter accounts and YouTube accounts that I want to, like, check out every now and then. But like I said, don't want to subscribe to because I don't want to give them my subscription. I don't know if it matters that much, but, you know, some people see Twitter follows as an endorsement, and I don't want to endorse any of these people. I personally don't see Twitter follows as an endorsement, but I do take note of who follows who on Twitter, so, you know. That's about all. Yeah, we're fine not watching a ref video. We're all out of time. Whoopsie doopsie. No videos that will make me cringe to death today. Oh no. How sad. How can one person be so wrong? You'd think he'd accidentally be right every now and then. Yeah, he's very consistently wrong. Sometimes. I feel like I'm thinking about it. Did I ever see anywhere where I agreed with him? Well, actually, fuck, I already closed the YouTube video. Well, actually, I think he talked about somebody being doxxed, and he disagrees with that in the thumbnail, so I would also disagree with doxing. So we have one there. We have a hit there, maybe. So you don't give a shit, but you take note of followers. I will remember that. Like, I mean, if you hover on Twitter, right? Twitter. Do I follow you? Yes. Like, it says down here, so-and-so and so-and-so follow, you know? You get a little, these people follow, and then I take that into account. I'm like, oh, okay, I see. Some people follow. That's interesting. That's about it. What's the deal with Rev anyway? That's a good question. Rev is a commentary VTuber who is a reactionary commentary VTuber who is one of the biggest commentary VTubers in the space. And that's not very nice. I'm collecting the data. I'm collecting it all. But you know what we should do for next time, maybe? Maybe we should watch one of these videos. We should watch more people's videos that we actually enjoy, I think. I think that would be pretty good. I want to boost more content that I actually like. But the thing is, when you watch content that you actually like and react to content that you actually like, oftentimes you don't have that much to say about it. Oh, Twitter is blocked in Russia and I'm too lazy to use a VPN. You're saving yourself a lot of time there. I think that's good. I just saw Lindner say if you're dissatisfied in East Germany, you could rather vote for Die Linke than for AfD. What the fuck is happening? What is happening? Christian Lindner? Really? Huh. Who would have thought? That is very surprising. Man, I will never understand liberals. Liberals will forever be... Christian Lindner is an FDP politiker, right? So, like, he's a liberal. I will never understand liberals. End of sentence. They are a mystery. And their thoughts are impenetrable. What blocked? Oh, maybe. I kind of missed it. Good. Don't be on Twitter. It's fine. You don't need to be on Twitter. I only use Twitter for a very few select people, and I'm one of them. Yay, you can see my good tweets. I don't tweet a lot, though. Because also, with Twitter as well... I'm also of the opinion that I should only tweet if I have, like, something good to contribute, you know. I don't tweet bullshit most of the time. But sometimes I do tweet bullshit. And I should tweet bullshit maybe somewhat more frequently, perhaps. So that was all that we wanted to talk about today, and we did so. You know who's streaming after I am streaming? Oh my god. It's Jumna. It is a Bajumna with the more Resident Evil 0. And tomorrow I'm streaming again as well. We're gonna continue our democratically elected VTuber. Actually, I can show you a picture of that. Wait a moment. I have a picture to show you. You just retweeted Hobie fan art. That's what I'm contributing. That's a good contribution. I value your contributions. I can always tell which ones you retweet. I see that and I'm like, ah, that's you. And I know, and I'm never wrong. I need to go to... Where the fuck did I save this image? Now I need to know. I'm only on Twitter to follow creators I like. That's very good. I like to use Twitter for news, unironically. It's good to keep up with news on Twitter. It's pretty easy. They link to articles sometimes, but it's easy for me to know what people are talking about in general when I see what's like happening on Twitter. Yes. You use it mostly to call Calyx old. Fair enough. You use Twitter for art and porn. I can't imagine people who use Twitter for porn, but like, you know, you do you. You do you. I found the picture that's relevant for tomorrow. This is my girl. Look at my girl's facial angles. They don't look too drastic, but I honestly don't like them when they're not too drastic. I like them like that. It's kind of like the Niji-Sanji models are similar to that too. They don't have like a full 360 head rotation. Nobody does. 360 would be too much, obviously. But you know what I mean. Good news. You are making a Discord for a VTuber agency. Oh, interesting. Slay. Have fun. Have a good time moderating this Discord. I hope nothing bad happens on it. So far, we've been quite lucky. We hadn't had too much trouble so far. In Russia, without a VPN, you can't open Instagram, Twitter, and personally, I have some problems with YouTube comments. People there don't have avatar pictures, and sometimes their nickname starts with an @ Yeah, the @ thing, I think, is a YouTube thing, but the avatar pictures, I think, might be a Russia thing. Yeah, VPNs, you know, VPNs are important. Same if you're in China. I don't think I have any viewers from China, but if I do, they're using a VPN, because otherwise you can't access YouTube and all of that. She's fun. Yeah, the drastic differences between moving feels a bit too much sometimes. I feel like you just simply don't need it, because most of the time you're looking at the computer screen anyway. Like, it's fun to see a model showcase that can go all the way, like, she can have a full-on side profile. It's fun in a model showcase, but in the actual stream, it's not really super duper necessary. Yeah, YouTube names do start with an @ since of the update and all of that, right? Do what you want, because a pirate is free. You are a pirate. Yeah, her chin is very sharp, isn't it? She has a sharp little chin. Sharp little anime chin. It's true. You're right. I can't say who I'm making it for, but it's ironic. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. Maybe I'll hear about it. Just a test. I see you. Oh, you have an interesting profile picture. Oh, you have one of the... that's one of those profile pictures that have, like, this fly on it, I think. It's funny. Ignore it. Wait, 2 tests? Oh, is this one test? Are you one person testing? Okay, fuck. I should have ignored it, actually. Because it is, in fact, something... Nope, wrong one. Don't Don't do us. We're over here now. I'm gonna redirect to Juno for playing Resident Evil soon. And that'll be fun. Oh, I can say it here. Give me a second. Okay. YouTube and by extension Chrome updates are usually just absolute garbage made to bother the people who actually fucking use YouTube and Chrome. It sure feels like that often. Although I feel like YouTube usually tries to not suck super duper bad. They just make weird updates sometimes. But they've had good updates sometimes too. I can't name one right now, but I'm sure they exist. Okay, I think this was a very fun stream. We're gonna do news again on Friday, so hopefully on Friday we have some more like current things. I mean, the Thüringen thing was current, but we also had a lot of looking back at last week. It was as much enjoyable as talking about politics can be. That is a great compliment. I will take it, and I will cherish it. Tell no one. I will be fired. Oh no. Pasipki. Oh, pasipki. Me just reading words that I see. YouTube tries not to suck most of the time, but still ends up deep throating anyway. It happens. It does happen. It does happen. Well, so glad you had fun. Glad you all had fun. I'm gonna be logging off now. I'm gonna be checking on Tenchi. I haven't heard from him in a little while. He's probably sleeping somewhere else in the room. Pass på to stream when though? Is this your that's your version of Yoitis asking for Twitch streams? I like that. I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna look at Tenchi, see what he needs. I am also going to set up the redirect now because I haven't yet. Oh, it's like thanks, but in slang. Oh, that's cute. Oh, like spasiba, but like pasipki, like you kind of mess up the letters and make them different. That's cute. That's very cute. Aha! When? Well, Twitch is getting worse, so it's gonna be a bit tough, huh? Where's my Juno stream in this list? There it is. Found it. Juno stream. I will bond with Tenchi now. Dwarf Fortress when? One day. This was a fun stream. Thank you very much. I'm glad you had fun. I had fun too. I talked a lot. But bye. I'm gonna leave now. I'm gonna send you over to Juno. And am I gonna use my end screen? No, I'm not. I'm just gonna send you right over because Juno's streaming very soon. I'm gonna go cuddle Tenchi now and ask him for his input on the Thüringen situation. Because he too, like myself, lives in Thüringen. Would be weird if he didn't. He's from Bavaria, though. My dog's from Bavaria, did you know? Anyway. I'm gonna go now. Bye. See you. Have a good one. See you around on the socials. See you tomorrow for the VTuber model. Paka paka. Bavaria, I know. Bye. Bye 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 bye.